The waiting is over. Tonight, a sectional champion will be crowned. Undefeated Danville hosts Sagamore Conference foe Tri-West tonight. A Hendricks County battle. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Walensky along with Jan Bozer. And tonight, the rematch between the Tri-West Bruins and the Danville Warriors. On September 18th, it was Danville dominating the matchup 28-7. What does Tri-West need to do to win the hardware tonight?
Well, for me, Mike, they've got to throw the football, and they're going to have to throw it very efficiently. They run the ball. Both teams very balanced, but Tri-West doesn't run it quite as well. And, hey, Danville, all about the defense. One of the best defenses in the state, number 10 in the state against scoring.
Tri-West is a football team led by Kai Ross at quarterback that really has done a very good job scoring touchdowns. They'll need to be able to move the football tonight, and you talk about the passing game. Kai Ross will have to find a lot of receivers for the Tri-West Bruins this evening.
Yeah, he's got a great arm. He'll spread it around, but the key for him is getting the time because Danville's going to bring the farm at him, and the front line for Tri-West will be the key in the passing game.
Looking at the film for the Danville Warriors, Ethan Dutra, much like last year, is an outstanding defensive player. Somehow Tri-West will have to be able to find him, but he also has some help up front. I think Matt Dugan has done a tremendous job as a strength and performance director at Danville, really creating some strength for this football team. This is a team that has a lot of confidence being undefeated coming to tonight's championship.
I tell you, Danville, for me, is not only one of the best teams in 3A, they're one of the best teams in the state. They're so balanced. They can run it. They can pass it. And when you're that balanced, you are so hard to defend. And they are super on the defensive side. So when you can run it, you can pass it, you got a great defense, no better combination.
Well, Jan, we'll come back and take a look further at this great matchup here from Hendricks County as you take a look at the Danville Warriors ready to head on the football field here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Runs out of a tackle. Hamilton will score. Touchdown, Greyhound.
They're going to say it's a touchdown.
77 yards. Keeper, touchdown.
Diving grab.
One-handed grab on the sideline. Oh, my goodness. What a catch. Falls out.
Boom, right there.
Ball game over. What a way to start the season.
Welcome back to Danville High School for this championship game, the sectional title between the Tri-West Bruins and the Danville Warriors. This is a first look at this ball game tonight, and Jan Bozer, take a look at the stats, and what do you glean from that?
Well, what I gleaned from that, as we talked about in the opening, both teams have been super consistent, 300-plus yards per game of offense. The defenses are very, very good on both sides, running and passing. They take care of the football. Danville has thrown a few more interceptions. They're going to have to watch that tonight. But for me, obviously, as being Mike and ex-lineman, it always comes down to the trenches, as it usually does. For Danville to start with them. Their front line's got to give them time to run and to pass. On the other side, I know Tri-West wants to run. And everybody says, well, they're going to have to really run the ball really well tonight. And yes, I agree with that, but you are who you are, and you can't become something that you're not. So it's going to be difficult. They only had less than 100 yards rushing in the first game against Danville, so rushing was difficult for them. So you got to find some other ways to put points on the board via a special teams play, extra in the passing game. Somehow, some way, Tri-West have got to be creative and find some more scoring avenues today.
Both young coaches, some very interesting ties. Not only the fact that these two teams are in the Sagamore Conference and they're within 10 and 15 miles away from each other in Hendricks County, but Coach Highland, who's the offensive guy for Tri-West, his son Toby was the football quarterback for the Danville Warriors when they went to the semi-state back in 2017. There is a lot of connections here, and regardless of what these two teams bring tonight, we're going to see a battle.
It makes for an interesting Thanksgiving conversation, especially if you win or lose, or depending on which side of that avenue you're on. But let me tell you something. You know, Danville 8-0, Tri-West 9-2, great records. But let me tell you something, all that can go away if you don't play your best ball. It's for the sectional championship, and that's what both these coaching staffs have been emphasized. Guys, it's one game. One game, you got to play your best ball.
Keys to the game tonight. Jamie Comer, his first year for Danville. What does this ball club need to do to win this ball game?
Well, they continue where they left off, and it's all about the defense for me. I talked about it. They're only giving up 8.4 points per game. They hold teams unbelievable on the ground. They got good pressure, and they play solid secondary. And if that defense plays that well, that's going to be a big problem for Tri-West Bruins.
And for Danville, talk a little about that defense. Tri-West is going to be able to find a way to move the football. That Danville team is very sound defensively.
Yeah, they are. And I think I talked about in the opening about being creative, and I think you're going to see Tri-West be creative. You might see some special plays in there, couple double reverses, throw some wrinkles. You have got to be creative in games like this, because you mentioned these guys know each other so well. Same conference, same county, everybody knows everybody on a first name basis. So when you as a team know each other that well, you've got to have some wrinkles. Wrinkles are fine, but you got to execute them.
For Sam Comer in his first year coming out of Western Boone, the big plus for him was the fact, in my mind, was taking some assistance from the Western Boone staff, a team that had 2 consecutive Class A state championships, and coming here to Danville.
And I actually covered the games that he was the offensive coordinator for Western Boone. And he's very dynamic, and he can bring some dynamic to Danville. And to be able to come in here in year one and have the type of team, he's rated number 5 that he has, 8-0. He's got phenomenal statistics. These kids very quickly bought into what he wants to do.
For Tri-West, the key in this ball game is special teams. And kicking off and starting this game is a freshman, Cortland Williams, number 37, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Special teams has to be key. Neither of these teams are really that good in terms of kicking or punting the football.
And special teams can cost you or get you a sectional championship, so we'll keep our eyes on the special teams, because more often than not, when you got close teams like this, it can come down to a special team, not only success, but more importantly, a mistake.
Cortland Williams lining up the football, the freshman, number 37 for the Tri-West Bruins in the matchup. This is a hardware on the line, the sectional titles. You take a look deep for Danville, number 23, Luke Wooten, an outstanding defender for Danville's ball club, but he also is an outstanding receiver as Williams lines up the kick, and we're ready to go from Danville High School. We are underway for the sectional championship. And the kick on the near side. It's taken at about the 5-yard line. Solid return play by the Tri-West Bruins, and he's down at about the 15-yard line. That was number 11, Brayton McMahon, with a 2-yard return.
Yeah, McMahon didn't get a lot of run. That's good special teams coverage by Tri-West. And if I'm Danville, I want the football. When you've got a defense, you can take more risks, and I want to be on offense first.
Starting for offensively for Danville, let's take a look at the Warriors. Number 14, he's the quarterback. He's the leader. He's Cal Payne, and he's got an outstanding arm. But McGovern in the backfield is an outstanding ball carrier for them. But it looks like Ethan Dutra will start off in the backfield to start off the ball game for the Warriors. First down from their 16-yard line.
And the thing I like about Payne is he completes 72% of his passes.
Jutra off the right side, and look at that strength, 5-yard gain, and he's finally dropped down by the defensive end, number 99, Ethan Elzey. Now, Elzey, also a freshman, got a lot of size potential for the Bruins, 6'2", 205, number 99. Let's take a look at the starters now for the Tri-West Bruins. Even Elgin, number 41, outstanding defensive end. Ayers in the middle, number 54. He'll be a key. The linebacker core in the middle, they'll be very important for this ball club tonight as Danville tries to run this table, go 9-0, and go undefeated. And a great play there by the DB coming up, number 20. That was Luke Hamstra knocking the ball away. It'll be third down upcoming for the Danville Warriors. Outstanding play by Tri-West.
Well, Tri-West runs a 4-3 defense, and the problem you have when you've got a team that's so balanced like Danville, you're less likely from the linebacker perspective to take a lot of risks because you have to respect both the pass and the run. So I don't think you're going to see Tri-West defensively, at least here early, take a lot of blitzing risk.
Third down and 7. 4 down linemen for the Bruins. Back to pass, looking across the middle, and it's caught by Dominic. Make that 23, Luke Wooten at the 37-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Danville Warriors.
Yeah, Wooten got right in the middle of that zone, got behind the first layer. The second layer was playing a little deep. That's a good call from upstairs for Danville. Now take a look. He gets right in the middle of this zone. See, you see 3 white shirts, but you see multiple ones up front and multiple ones behind, and Danville gets good yardage off that pass.
In the first game of the season, back on September 18th, from that 28-7 win, Cal Payne for Danville, 11 out of 18 for 148 yards and a touchdown. McGovern was a running back. He had a touchdown and 114 yards, and the give is to Dutra. Dutra starting the ball game, goes across the 40 to the 45-yard line, and defensively in the backside, number 18, Nicholas Joyner comes up and makes the stop for the Bruins.
You know, Mike, both these ball clubs have a lot of experience that returned on the defensive side. 7 and 8 returning starters for Tri-West on the defensive side. So both these teams have a lot of experience. So let's not forget, these two teams played in the tournament against each other last year.
Lots of familiarity. As Dutra breaks off of a tackle, boy, he's got first down. What a strength.
See, there is strength at its best. And if you're Tri-West, you don't want to just wrestle people. You got to hit them. And more importantly for Tri-West, you against Danville have got to gain tackle. See, there's a hit, there's 2 hits. Nobody wraps and brings him down. That shows you not only the strength of Danville, but shows you also Tri-West got to do a better job of gain tackling.
No doubt about that. Tegan West, number 64, missed a tackle in the backfield, along with number 9, Ethan Depinet. And Ethan is an outstanding player. Number 9, a junior, 6'2", 210. He may be their best player. Dutra off the left side to about the 47-yard line into Bruins territory. This time again, Jan, it looked like defensively the Bruins did a nice job closing the gap there.
Well, that's true. And here's, take a look at the front line from Danville. See, the problem right now is Danville's getting 3 yards for their runners where you get touched. So that tells me, for at least for right now, Danville's front line is really coming off the ball really well.
No doubt about it. And Tri-West has a lot of youngsters up front, including Peyton Hayes, number 75. He's a freshman, weighs 235 pounds, but he got knocked off the line of scrimmage by a couple yards. Payne out of the pistol.
There you
to
go.
Dutra, down to the 45. And again, off the backside, that was Elsie, number 99. He's got to have a big game tonight, Jan.
Yeah, he really does. Elsie is one of the key players. He's a nice-looking young man. Take a look at number 99. See, from his defensive end, don't just stay there, close. And he closes and helps make that tackle. A lot of defensive ends will just stay in their territory. He did a good job of closing when he read the running play.
Third down for the Warriors. And Tri-West is running about 7 guys inside the box now. Could be a passing opportunity now
Blitz
for Cal Payne. Screen on the right side to Wooten. Gets by one tackler, down to the 42. I don't think he made the first down. He's short. Solid defensive play there. Hamstra, number 20, did a nice job coming up and making the stop. Luke Hamstra, a junior, at 165 pounds.
No, you're dead right, Mike. The linebackers here show blitz. Danville has a screen pass on, but the outside linebackers are key for this, and they read this perfectly and got a nice tackle. Let's see what Danville elects to do here.
It is 4th and about a yard to go, and Cal Payne is going to try to go for this one. The lone back is Ethan Dutra. In motion now for Danville. They give to Dutra off the right side. I don't think he made it. Great penetration there by Depinet, the linebacker, number 8, and the Bruins have turned the corner, and they take the football over.
I'll tell you, that's as good a defensive stand. It looked like Tri-West was bending a little bit defensively. That always, your coaches always say bend but don't break, and they certainly came together here. This is just an outstanding one-on-one play. He stopped him, got his momentum, and then look, 3 white jerseys, and there's your team tackling. And if they can do that, they're going to be in good shape.
So Kai Ross will lead the Bruins out on the field for the first time in this ball game. We talked about how fantastic this Warriors undefeated defense is, and this time on the first possession, the Brewers defense was the one. The Bruins defense was the one that stepped up and made the play and took the turnover. This is Kai Ross, number 8, the quarterback for the Bruins. And the pitch sweep. Looking back to pass to Ross across the middle.
I told you.
And you're right, Jan. They make the trip play right on the first play from the line of scrimmage and get a 9-yard gain.
What do we see? A little trickery. I told you it was coming. I love it. They read my mind. You got to shake it up here a little bit. You got to make Danville's defense kind of think before they just play the solid defense. That's a great little play.
Garrett Cora, who had been injured in the last couple weeks, comes into the ball game taking the toss behind the line of scrimmage and making the forward pass downfield. It was a 10-yard gain, so it's a first down for Tri-West. Now inside the Danville 47. Ross looks to the right, flushes, throws downfield deep, has the
He's got a
receiver.
man!
Touchdown,
How about that?
Tri-West. Unbelievable down the left side. Skylar Marlowe for the touchdown, number 22, and the Bruins are on the board.
And I got to tell you, I want to sit here and pat myself on the back too long, but they had Danville's defense thinking, okay, if they throw that little trick play on us, now what are they going to do? And they got the linebackers, they got the secondary frozen, and the key here is he's got all day to throw the football, and he throws it in perfect stride. Boy, and how about this? Tri-West strikes first.
Marlowe's 22nd pass reception of the season. For Kai Ross this year, he has 29 touchdowns. He's 153 out of 227 for 1,944 yards. The kick is up, it's good, and Tri-West is on the board 7-0. With that, the Bruins on top. We'll go to break.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Tri-West takes the lead here in the sectional championship game on a nifty play. Great job by the Tri-West offensive line, buying time for Kai Ross, the quarterback.
Well, if you're the team who was defeated the first time around, which the Bruins were, the best thing you can do is score first and get the other team's attention, take the crowd out of it. I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all, but if you can get on the scoreboard first, it can be amazing what effect that can have, not only on what your team can carry over defensively, but a wake-up call maybe for Danville. Let's see how this plays out.
Marlowe beat the cornerback, Jake Connor, on the deep ball as the young freshman sets up the football. Number 37, Cortland Williams, again with the kickoff. Had a pretty nice leg on the first one.
Yeah, he did. They had really not that good a field position for Danville early to see, and that could be key. You talked about special teams early. If you can have a team like Danville start deep in their own territory every time you kick off, that can be huge.
McMahon takes this one up to the 40-yard line. That is a nice return this time for the Danville Warriors. Instead of just a 2 or 3 yard return, this time he gets about a 27-yard return down the left sideline.
Now let's look at both sides here. If you're Bruins side of the ball, let's see if you can take that score and play more inspired defense and hold. On the other side, Danville got a little bit of a wake-up call, so let's see how they handle that being behind here. They haven't been behind much. Don't forget, they don't give up more than a touchdown and a half per game, and they've already got one on them here.
Number 14, your quarterback, Cal Payne, 6'3 junior. Gives the ball off to Dutra, and again, solid defensive play coming up from the backside for the Bruins. Again, Deppen at the linebacker. Nice job from the outside.
Corbin Catt also on that tackle for Tri-West. Second down for now Danville. Let's see where they go in their playbook. Second and long. They've been pretty content to stay on the ground for the most part. Let's see if they start opening it up a little bit more.
Solid offensive line play all season long. Look at 71, Trenton Woodard. He's deemed the best offensive lineman for the Warriors, matched up on the right side. The ball is knocked away out of the hands of Dominic Wynn coming out of the backfield. Make that Luke Wooten coming out of the backfield. And it was number 14, Ty Owens, the corner, breaking up the pass.
Yeah, Owens makes a good pass, but I think this is one the receivers should have hang on to. See, but no, I take that back. That's a great strip by the defense. Boy, I am so impressed by his release. He just takes a two-step drop and just delivers the football.
Cal Payne at quarterback. Out of the pistol. Gets some protection in the back. Has plenty of time. Throws out in the flat, and it's caught. And this one is Tyler Dawson, number 2, with the reception for Danville. Nice play. That's a long pass.
Yes, it is. And Payne puts this one right on the money. That is a very long pass, side to side. Take a look at Payne's arm here. Got plenty of time to throw the football, and that's a long pass, and he throws this right on the money in. Look at that. 4 Bruins, and he still makes the reception.
Dawson with some nice catch. He had 2 catches for 45 yards in the first ball game. Swing out to Wooten inside the 45 and drop by Hamstra out of bounds. And Luke Hamstra, number 20, comes up a little bit soft. Looks like he got his right thigh dinged up a little bit.
Well, Danville came out, and they really kept it on the ground, and I felt like they was just trying to set the tone early. Now they're really spreading the field, and when you do that, it makes the defense really have to step up their coverage. Those linebackers have got to respect pass and run right now.
And Cal Payne is running out of tempo. They're snapping the ball quickly, looking for a screen again. Dawson getting a block on the near side, inside the 40, and dropped down. Solid play defensively by Devin Brown, the DB, number 21 for Tri-West, but a solid gain for Danville.
Yeah, Danville's really. Yeah. Now the key for this play is the wide receiver block. You're going to see it right to your right side of your picture there. Well, you say that's worth an extra 3 yards. A little key thing, the small things good teams do, and that's what Danville does. Downfield blocking, key blocks, that was an extra 3 yards after catch.
First down for the Warriors. 38-yard line of Tri-West. Pistol formation. Payne, the give to Dutra, he's met after a gain of just maybe 1 or 2, and again that defensive end, 99, the freshman Elsie comes in and gets an initial tackle. He's doing a great job finding the football.
Well, he didn't look like a freshman, and he's not playing like one either. You can't be a freshman now after this many games. But look how he plays the football. So much about defense, Mike, is about the eyes. Looking and seeing where things are at, knowing where the football is. And he plays with his eyes as much as he does his big body. Always attacking the football.
2nd and 8 for Danville. In Tri-West territory, Wooten in motion, toss sweep, that'll be a pass because it's a forward toss. And defensively, Depinet comes up and makes a great play. Great play by Depinet, the linebacker. Phenomenal read.
Depinet, and I'll tell you, Bruins have let that touchdown that they scored offensively carry over to their defensive play. They've stepped it up a notch defensively. Look at the pursuit here, and that's just great pursuit and just good tackling. Excellent job. Bruins have played really well on this series of defense.
No doubt about it. And because that toss was a forward toss, that is actually a pass. And it's a loss of maybe a couple yards. So it's going to be 3rd down now and long for Danville. They are playing behind the chains. Triplets out to the right side. Payne looks for the inside screen, gets his man, and he goes down inside the 30, down to the 25, all the way down to the 23-yard line. And that was Brubeck, number 7, who makes the catch. Great call by Danville, and the Warriors have themselves a first down.
Well, I don't know if Comer makes the offensive play call here or somebody else. This is the perfect call at the perfect time, and then it's executed. He has Bruins on their heels just a little bit, and he throws a little wrinkle in here, a little screen pass, but the key there was the execution was perfect.
Great job by Matthew Brabeck, number 7, making the catch. He was dropped from behind by Teagan West, number 64. First down, 23-yard line. They give to the fullback now, Dutra. He was playing in front of Luke Wooten. He's still driving forward. He, again, is very strong. But, again, Tri-West doing a pretty good job against the run.
They are, and the thing Tri-West has got to do, they've made multiple good plays defensively, but then they've given up the big play to allow the first down, and Danville continues to move these chains and is really knocking on the door here, just a couple yards away from the red zone.
2nd down is 8. As you see the Tri-West Bruins defensive linemen with their hands on their hips. They're tired. Let's see if they go for the knockout blow. Runner in motion, toss, sweep. 20, 15, first down.
Oh, man.
Great run, tackle made by Caden Wilson, and the run by Jacob Comer, number 3. He's not the son of Jamie Comer, but he's had an outstanding season.
And you know, the thing that Danville does so well, and I looked at a lot of their stats, and one of the things that really stands out is their time of possession. They make defenses pay because they have to play a lot of defense, and the longer you play. And in 3A, 2A, 1A, you have a tendency to have guys go a little more both ways.
Power football right over the center, and Dutra gets a couple yards. He ran right over the nose tackle, and number 30 took a beating, but he came in, Corbin Catt, for Tri-West to make the tackle. But, boy, did he make a huge hit.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. I mean, this is just a big-time hit right here. Bam. And that's just good football. Believe it or not, football is a contact sport. And he showed that you can do it cleanly and with some physical aspect to it.
2nd down. In motion, toss, sweep. Comer, 10, 5. He's down to the 4. The flag goes down. There may be a hold on the left side.
Yeah, it was thrown right in the area where you would typically think there might be the hold. The thing I like about Comer, he's like a world-class sprinter. His first 2 steps, he's at full speed. A lot of backs, have to have a little more time to get up to full speed. He's literally up to full speed after the second step. Let's see if we can find the call here. Hard to see it in that replay.
Not sure. Maybe 23. Maybe Luke Wooten was holding somebody on the sideline. We were screened off there, but that's unfortunate for Danville. Plus for Tri-West, is they're going to move that football back.
Well, and I've told this story many times on the broadcast. Whoever held got out of there as quickly as possible. As a defense or as an offensive lineman, if you see the yellow flag by your feet, you get out of there. Because if not, you're going to see it on the film 400 times. That's an old trick I used to never work, but I thought it was a good trick. I seen a yellow hanky by my feet. I just got out of there.
No doubt about it. Ball at the 17-yard line. First down and long now for the Warriors. Quarterback, again, the junior, Cal Payne. Over to Dawson, 15, gets by 1 tackler, inside the 10, nice, solid play, and a tackle is made there on the outside by Nicholas Joyner, number 18.
Well, you don't teach this. You don't teach 6'4", and he's got length on top of the 6'4", and if he's not 6'4" with long arms, I'm not sure he makes his catch. Look at this. That's 6'4" and about 4-foot long arms, and that's a plus for Danville with long size, and I like that when you get receivers because it's mismatches. A lot of times you can find, safeties or outside linebackers 6 foot, whatever, and it's a tough matchup.
Yeah, this is one of the things that Danville has advantage of right now is they've got size on the outside. They've got 2 or 3 receivers who are at least 6'2" or 6'3". Unfortunately, there, Tyler Dawson is walking on the field as you take a look at him, number 2, limping. So he has to sit out a play or two. Hopefully he'll be able to come back.
Right now, the Danville front line is really doing a nice job, both rush blocking and pass blocking. Let's see if Tri-West can hold here. This is what you really find out from a defense, what they're made out of down here within the 10 within, they always used to call it. How good are you defensively?
Well, Tri-West has a young freshman in the ball game at nose tackle. He's got a lot of responsibility in this ball game. That's Peyton Hayes. Payne back to pass, no pressure. Throws down the middle. Is it picked off?
I think it's intercepted.
It looked like
Hamstra,
and now Dominic Wynn.
Wait a minute. Could we have another play of the game? I can feel it. There's no way he caught that.
Dominic Wynn, number 13, is going to get the reception.
This is a great look.
There it is. Look at that.
Oh, my word. If you can't vote for that, you shouldn't be voting. That is outstanding. I thought for sure, didn't you think it was intercepted?
It looked like Hamstra had just stepped in right off the bat.
Unbelievable. That's a game changer.
That's a great play.
That literally looked like it was intercepted to a reception. Unbelievable play.
2nd and goal now. Rolling out. Payne looks, throws, caught, touchdown.
He is so smooth.
Dawson came right back in the ball game after taking a play off. It's Danville on the board at 7-6.
And let's not forget Payne's just a junior, by the way, but he is superb. He's got a great head on him. He doesn't panic. He lets the play develop. His receivers know to keep moving. And see, they're running. He's looking, but they're still moving. And when you're still moving as receivers, you can't be covered forever. See, he was covered, but because he kept moving, he got open. Great offensive play. Payne just a solid quarterback.
Outstanding job.
Look at that.
And I think the improvement, too, is in that offensive line who gave him plenty of time to get outside. And
Mike, that's a great comment because he didn't have time. They ain't making that throw.
Danville sets up for the extra point. Wooten on the hold. Soccer-style kick is up, and it is through, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
At the Indy Card Exchange, they are actively buying collections from all eras of sports cards. follow on Facebook and Instagram, or go to IndyCardExchange.com for more information and to see how you can make money off of your collection. And what a great play we've seen here offensively.
How about the whole drive, the whole offensive series by Danville? They just opened the playbook up. They spread the field, only by unbelievable catch there to set this thing up, and then just a great pitch and catch there by Danville. That was that just shows you the caliber of the offense you're going to deal with here defensively. They really mix it up, and they got nice athletes to complement that.
Braden Walser, who made the extra point, will do the kicking here for the Danville Warriors. The ball game now tied here late in the first period with 1:03 to go, 7-7.
But I think if you're Tri-West, listen, they knew they were up against Danville. I don't think anybody thought they would shut them out, but they made it difficult to score. I'll say that right now about Tri-West. Their defense didn't play bad, but they really battled, I thought, Danville in that whole series. But Danville got the best of them in that series. And I think if you're Tri-West, can you answer the bell again, or at least move the football at a minimum?
I think they have enough confidence to be able to do it. And that kickoff nearly was picked off by Danville. Fortunately for the Warriors, that ball went out of bounds because Jace Moore, number 4, was non-committed for Tri-West to pick up the football. He was a deep back. Fortunately for the Bruins, they're the beneficiary of the ball finally bouncing out of bounds, and then they start off with great field position.
Yeah, and what you don't want to do here, it's a tie ball game just because you got scored on here. You don't want to push any panic buttons. The absolute best thing you can do if you're Tri-West is put a drive together. Nothing deflates a score better than if you answer with a score and then really put a drive together.
And Kai Ross is doing a very good job of managing this football game, the quarterback number 8, already this year. I think he's kind of forgotten, even though he's got great stats. He has 29 touchdown passes this year.
And just shy of 2,000 yards passing.
And then he throws one downfield and caught at about the 42-yard line. A nice pass out there on the wing there, getting some positive yardage to Garrett Cora, who was the leading running back for most of the season for Tri-West before he went down with an injury.
This is such a treat to have two outstanding quarterbacks who are very patient, have great receivers, and it just makes the duel even that much more exciting.
And Jacob Comer was the guy that made the tackle. He also, as we know, did a nice job running the football for the Danville Warriors. 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard gain. The pass on the right side, and it's caught and dropped immediately out of bounds. The receiver there, number 4 for Tri-West. And again, they're going to spread this football out as Jace Moore makes the catch, and I believe it's very close to the first down marker.
No, he's got it. And the reason he's got it is because the receiver knew exactly where he needed to go for the first down, and the ball was delivered. As a receiver, you don't want to run a route that's not going to give you the first down. And he caught it, so that's a nice pitch and catch.
Yep, and Andrew Papa was the guy that was on the defense there for Danville, and it's a first down for the Tri-West Bruins. All tied up at 7 here for the sectional championship. Here's a blitz coming up down the middle. Nice read to Moore. Another positive gain for Tri-West. The quarterback, Kairos, he's smart. He saw that blitz coming forward, and he got the ball out of his hands quickly.
Well, they're starting to pick on that right side just a little bit now. 2 consecutive passes to that right side. So that Tri-West has found something they really like with back-to-back plays over on that right side.
Jace Moore makes the catch from Kairos. It'll be 2nd down with just 15 seconds remaining in the first period. Another blitz down the middle. Throws, the ball's knocked down. Another great job by Danville. And that one nearly picked off.
Well,
very fortunate.
Mike, what happens here is Tri-West got a little predictable. They liked what they had. 2 completed passes on the right side. Look where his eyes were. Quarterback, guess where he was going? Exactly back to the right side again. They said if it's not broke, don't fix it. Danville says, we think they're going to the right side. They outguessed Tri-West and had a blitz coming on from that left defensive side, got their hands up, and that's a nice stop defensively.
And the blitz was coming from the linebacker, number 13, Dominic Wynn, who is just an outstanding athlete. The Warriors have some really good athletes who play multiple sports. Both Wynn and Dawson, I know, are outstanding basketball players for Coach Barber's ball club. There is a false start as Tri-West jumps across the line of scrimmage. One of the wide receivers took the start first.
And this first period's been pretty, penalty-free. We've had a couple, but not a lot. And in these sectional championship games, you cannot be riddled with penalties and turnovers. Very difficult to win because all the competition now, as we go not only tonight, move to the regional, semi-state, everybody you play is good. So you can't beat yourself is what I'm saying.
No doubt. And now it's 3rd and 9. And now Danville has a chance to really pin their ears back and put pressure on the quarterback. But they're playing the pass. The pass is caught, and a nice job by Ross finding a receiver, number 22 for the Bruins. That's Skylar Marlowe, who caught that touchdown in the first series. I think that's a first down.
It is. And watch Marlowe's route. Watch him cut right in about the time the pass is cut. Boom, right there. He cuts right inside the defender. That is a receiver move. That's a veteran receiver move. He takes his defender deep and then makes a cut inside. Great catch.
Brayton McMahon was a defender as Tri-West is on the march. And with that, we're going to take a break as we finish first period of play action on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
Endeavor Communications offers a variety of internet speeds that fits your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact us at WeEndeavor.com for more information. Tri-West with the football. Kairos, number 8, the quarterback, looks over the sideline for the call. This football team is confident, even though they lost way back in September to the undefeated Warriors. Ross nearly slips down at the 43.
It'll be close.
And Dominic Wynn came up quickly from linebacker to make the stop. And as you mentioned, Jandy, measurement is required.
I love this. Two teams. All Danville says, and the official agreed with Danville, they said he's short. Wow, didn't even get a measurement, so it must not even been close. It's hard to tell from our angle. Let's see. He's got to get past the 43.
I think that's a good spot.
Whoa.
Very close, though.
The line judge first was right at, then he took a step back, and that was just not quite enough. Good call.
And if Kai Ross may not have slipped up initially, he could have gotten the first down.
It might have been a game of inches. Cliche.
First down for Danville now. They take over at their own 44-yard line. This ball game nip and tuck. Dutra off the right side, and holding it for dear life was Corbin Cat, number 30. Made a great tackle from behind, but now Dutra is starting to wear a little bit on Tri-West.
Yeah, and Tri-West wanted a little more time to let their defense have a little more time, and the thing here is Danville gets the ball in great field position.
Second down and about 7, maybe 6 for the Danville Warriors. Dutra in the first game carried the ball just 5 times for 17 yards. Back to pass. He has some room. 50, slips a tackle inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, and Devin Brown has to make the stop, and that is a positive play for Danville.
Boy, I'll tell you, didn't he, though? He made something out of nothing. He felt the pressure, and so he steps inside. See, the pressure starts to collapse. That's a smart move because he really felt the pressure, and then when the pressure's coming defensively around you, cut upfield and really makes a nice play.
Great job by Cal Payne, the junior quarterback, number 14, running the football for another Danville first down at the Warriors. Look at the Bruins 43-yard line. Empty backfield. Payne. Pressure. The pass is caught. And a nice gain there. And again, using another receiver, Jacob Comer, to run a crossing route, and a positive gain for Danville, and things are really starting to move for the Warriors.
They are, and I'll tell you, you see this offensively when you just kind of sense a team's in full rhythm, which I think Danville is right now. They're forcing Tri-West to really spread. Look how let's see if they do it again. The Tri-West secondary and outside linebackers have been forced. See, here we go. They're going to stretch them all over the field. That puts a ton of pressure on the inside linebackers.
Wooten at the 30. He breaks a tackle, 25, and he's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A tough, nifty play by Luke Wooten down the left sideline, and another Warrior first down.
And a couple missed tackles by the Bruins down here in deep territory. You've got to make these stops. See, here's a grab, there's a grab, and that give the runner tons of credit. He makes himself difficult to bring down, but Tri-West cannot let him run wild.
Evan Elgin finally made the tackle, number 41 for Tri-West, but not before Danville gets another first down near the red zone at the 21-yard line. This is McGovern in the ball game now. He's all the way inside the 10. Make that Wooten. That was Luke Wooten carrying the football off the right side for good positive yardage. That should be another first down for Danville. It should put the Warriors now, as you see on the screen, first and goal.
Well, McGovern's a young man who averages 8 yards per carry, and he didn't hurt his average there at all.
Yeah, it looked like McGovern. Actually, is Wooten.
Is it Wooten?
Yeah, it's Wooten, number
you're
23.
Right. See, you led me down the wrong
yeah,
path.
I read.
That was Wooten. I'm going to have to check you next time, Mike.
In the first game, Wooten had 5 receptions for 31 yards. He goes off the right side. He's near the goal line, and he's drilled down by Elzy at about the 1. And Danville's offensive line is just moving the football, and Cal Payne is doing a great job in rhythm.
Luke Wooten, we apologize. You look just as good or better.
Payne gets a push from Luke from behind. Cal Payne across the goal line. Touchdown, Danville.
Give Wooten to the assist. He helped push the quarterback all the way through.
And a little extracurricular activity.
You don't want to do that now.
Good leadership there by Wooten, pulling Comer, his teammate, back away from the action. Or maybe it was Dawson, number 2. It's hard to tell, but Danville on the board.
The last thing you want to do is get one of your key players ejected for silly stuff. Take a look here. Wooten, the assist. You in? No? Yeah, you are.
I got to tell you what's really impressed me so far for Danville is a play of the center, number 64.
He's awesome. Good
Caleb
call.
Cottle.
Very good call.
Caleb Cottle is really moving the action for Danville and doing a great job for the Warriors.
Let me tell you something. Centers not only hike the ball, so they're at a disadvantage of blocking because their hands are tied up, but they make a lot of calls. Centers do not get near the publicity they deserve. Offsides against defense.
So we're going to take the points off the board.
Yeah, take the touchdown away.
Yeah, because the flag was blown apparently before the ball was snapped. So the ball, no, we didn't see it. Halfway to the goal line. They'll try it again. This time he goes off the right side, and again, Cottle leads the way. Touchdown, Danville.
Payne's going to have to go see the chiropractor because he's got about 3 halfbacks right in the small of his back, making sure that he's getting in there. Big score. Danville really opened up the playbook there and did a nice job on the drive. Now take a look at his back again. Holy cow.
And why not use the quarterback, Cal Payne, who's 6'3", and he's 185 pounds. And as we talked about, Cottle doing a great job at center. The snap upcoming for the extra point. It's Danville, 14. Tri-West, 7. The Warriors are starting to put things together offensively here on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown. That ball wiggles
went
in and into the back of the net.
Okay. College prospects of America. Talented student athletes in any sport are in great demand, but can get overlooked by college and universities for a variety of reasons. College Prospects of America is the nation's premier resource to make certain that doesn't happen to you. Contact Coach Joe Polizzi at 317-413-4835 or email cpoateam@gmail.com for more information. And Danville, Jan, they're really putting it together offensively.
I call it, you can see to me visually, they're in pure rhythm right now. They're running it very consistently. The passing game is opened up, and Payne is just a wonderful-looking quarterback. He throws a great ball, but I like the way he doesn't run a lot, but when he does, very productive. He averages 4+ yards when he does carry the football. So Danville just makes herself so difficult to defend with so many weapons and the way they just spread the field.
Number 20, as you see here, is Braden Walser, the kicker, the senior, 6 foot, 153-pounder. Will start things off for Danville, up 14-7. This is the way the first ball game took place. It was 14-7 with Danville on top, and the Warriors opened it up in the second half. Walser's kick is short at the 20, the 30, 35.
Nice return.
Yeah, and that's number 22. Matthew, make that, I was thinking of Matthew McGovern, but it's actually Skylar Marlowe who returned the kick for the Tri-West Bruins already with the lone touchdown for Tri-West.
Yeah, this is a nice return. Boy, Tri-West really needed this to get really good field position. And for me, Mike, right now may be as key to this game as there is. There might be other keys coming along, but Tri-West is right now at a turning point. They're not out of this by any sense of the imagination. But if they can't do something here, they hand the ball back to Danville and they score. They really put themselves in a little bit of a crater. So I think this is a huge offensive series for Tri-West. We'll see how they handle it.
Kai Ross against a 4-man rush down the middle, and he misses Marlowe. On the defense there was Danville's number 1, Caleb Stevens.
Yeah, that's excellent defense.
And there was some contact, but no flags thrown.
It was incidental contact, in my humble opinion, and that's just superb defense. I'm not sure he would have called it either way, just to maybe let him by a step, but I thought that was superb defense.
Marlowe and Caleb Stevens, as you take a look on the screen right there, 2nd and 10, and Kai Ross, as Jan talked about, has to find some momentum for Tri-West to get back in this ball game.
Tri-West got to move the chain.
Danville blitzing up the middle. The throw by Ross, caught in the middle and knocked down hard, is the tight end, number 35, for the Bruins, making the catch. That's Alex Covey, and a flag on the play.
Wow, let's see what this flag is.
And that might be a helmet-to-helmet hit.
Ross took a shot. I was just about to mention that. Ross actually throws this while he's going down. This is very impressive. Hit to the head. That's not a good one.
Yeah, Alex Covey, Jan, who made the catch. Let's take a look at this one.
Let's see. I don't see it there.
It's right here. Bam.
There it is.
It's right there. It's Dutra.
Cannot do that.
Ethan Dutra hit him high, and he's going to be penalized. That'll be 15 yards, and exactly what Tri-West needed.
And I get it. You know, this is a difficult game because when you're going 1,000 miles an hour trying to do something and use milliseconds, got to think I can't, lean with my head or use my head. Even I don't think it was intentional to do anything here. His head was in the wrong place at the right time. It's a great call, but unfortunate because I think he's just trying to make a football play and the head's in the wrong place. But I think it's a great rule, and it was absolutely called correctly.
So it'll be a first down for Tri-West in Danville territory, looking to find a way to get back in this ball game. Ross, screen to Marlowe, 40-yard line, cuts inside the 40 to the 37, and Danville did a good job catching up. Caleb Stevens eventually was the tackler, but that's near the first down marker.
It's very close. And I tell you, he may have had a little more. The timing here, he makes a great play just snatching this catch, but it kind of slowed everything down a little bit. Take a look here. Here's the ball fake, and see, he has to go up high, so he loses momentum and does just an outstanding job of getting where he needs to. Second down and about 9.
Ross out of trouble, throws deep downfield and nearly had his receiver.
Boy, I thought he had him.
And he nearly had him. He had him beat. It was Garrett Cora, the intended receiver. Covey was in the vicinity, but I think Garrett Cora, number 1, was really the primary guy.
Cora was right there, and I think a little bit of pressure caused him. Nope. Well, yep, let's see here. He carries on. It's actually a pretty good pass as he's starting to feel the pressure, I should say, and he just leads Cora by just too much.
3rd and 9, and you suspect that Danville is in 4th down territory. Make that Tri-West is in 4th down territory here at Danville's 38-yard line. 3rd and 9, and whistle blows. I believe we're going to have an offensive timeout on Tri-West.
I think it's a great call. Tri-West needs to make sure they're ready to go. Big play.
Big play upcoming, and we'll be back after these messages on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Mike Walensky, Jan Bozer back at Danville High School. You talk about Jason Ward, the head football coach of Tri-West. He has done a tremendous job in the midst of adversity, taking his football team to 9-2. He was an interim coach last year. He's really turned things around, and I think the Bruins, as you take a look at them, really believe in what they're doing.
That's a great point, Mike. And he was already there. The kids knew him. They rallied around him. He was interim's a never great, it's just a difficult tag to have put on you. And I applaud the community for embracing him, giving him the job. He's an outstanding coach. He's already shown what he can do. And they've had a great year for him. Really done a great job.
Yeah, and they've lost their top receiver in Bryce Hendershot with a torn ACL 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And they've moved Garrett Cora. I think that's a real smart move because he's not 100%. But
you got to be athletic out there.
You bet.
That's why the move was made.
Kai Ross now. 3-step drop. Screen down the middle. Caught at the 35, and Dutra makes a great play. He just makes a great play.
Sorry, Mike. Dutra makes a great play here, but Tri-West misses him. If Tri-West, they had 5 bodies and nobody gets him. If somebody just puts a little bit of any type of block, this thing could have gone for big yardage.
Dominic Puglisi, number 7, is a receiver. He gets a couple yards. That could have gone a long way.
It could. Now take a look right here. See, all you need is a block on number 9, and they don't get it, and he makes an outstanding play. That's all it takes sometimes.
This is a big one. 4th down at about 6 for Tri-West. 3-man front for Danville. Here's a blitz down the middle. It's Dominic Wynn. Ross goes down.
Pressure.
He splits from Dominic Wynn, and down he goes, and Danville takes over.
Wow, Wynn with just outstanding pressure coming around that right side. The senior makes a senior play, and the pressure really takes its toll on Tri-West. See, he's got some time, but the pressure comes too quick, and he just can't regather himself to throw the football. That, my friend, is a huge defensive play by the Warriors.
So it'll be 1st down for Danville now in the second quarter. As you see on the scoreboard, 7 minutes to go. That was a huge turning point for the Warriors. Let's see if they come up with a big play after the turnover.
And Tri-West had a couple opportunities during that drive and just were not able to capitalize on it.
Payne looking down the middle and over the top. It's
intercepted.
Picked off.
That's huge.
It's picked off. A great job by Tri-West. That's Caden Wilson with the pick number 3, and the Bruins turn the momentum.
Outstanding. That's only the 3rd interception for Danville this year, and this would typically you see it on the tip ball. Let's see if this gets tipped. Indeed it does. See, he slows it down enough for it to be intercepted. Boy, I'll tell you, bad for Danville, and that's exactly what Tri-West needed. They needed a break. They got one, and I've always felt like to make a break or an interception be big, you capitalize on it and get a score, and that really makes that interception huge.
Caleb Stevens was the intended receiver for Danville, and the big pick for Tri-West and Caden Wilson, and it gives hope for the Tri-West Bruins here in the second period as we look on, down 14-7. It's do or die. It's now or never.
They got to stay within striking distance. Tri-West has to stay within striking distance if they got a shot here today.
Kairos comes back on the field for Danville. 33-yard line and a flag in the backfield. Probably delay of game, and it is.
See, that you just can't do that. You just cannot do that. When you're playing against a really state contender type team like Danville, the very last thing you can afford to do is make mistakes. Now, I got it. It's not big, but it's just the obstacle that you're against is so good, they make you pay for those things. Now 1st and 15 changes the playbook.
Well, there's no doubt about it. It is a costly penalty, 1st and 15 for Tri-West.
Blitz.
In motion, not much room, and down he goes. That was Garrett Cora. And as you mentioned, a blitz upcoming for Danville. Great play by the Warriors to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage. Effort there by number 34, Devin Keith, the junior, 5'11", 223 pounds.
Mike, what causes the blitz? It's the penalty before. It changed their play selection. Danville reacts by a blitz, and this is exactly what penalties, they always say breed penalties or mistakes. They just do. And this causes Tri-West to really change their play call, and Danville put on the blitz, and it was absolutely what you want to do.
Ross back to pass around his 14-yard line. He's got some time. He's got to get rid of it. He does. It's dropped.
Oh, my.
And over the top defensively,
that looked
again,
close.
I think was number 3 for Danville playing defense. Excellent play by Jacob Comer on the backside for Danville.
Let's see. Comer makes a good play. The question is, did he get there a little too early? The officials said no. Replay doesn't lie. No, he did not. That's a great call by the officials. See, but we have the ability to see 2 or 3 great angles, and that just validated exactly why the officials let it go, and it's the absolutely right play. But see, replay gets funny sometimes. The crowd or the officials don't get that opportunity. The first look, man, I thought, oh, he's awful quick there. But the replay clearly showed the right angle, and he was clearly not there too quick.
Jace Moore was the intended receiver, and now it's a big 3rd and 17 possession for Tri-West with just 3 Danville linemen, and Danville has the option to attack the quarterback, and they are. They're blitzing 2 guys, including Dominic Wynn, one of them. Here's the pass downfield by Ross, intended.
Oh, he got it!
Covey catches the ball at the 35-yard line. First down, Tri-West. No flags on the play. What a huge conversion for Ross and the Bruins.
That's what the doctor ordered right there for Tri-West. And the key here is the receivers are always told, if the quarterback is getting rushed, you keep running, don't stop. And he sees him, and how about this pass? I kid you not, he throws this ball a mile on the run on a dime. Unbelievable pass.
Great job. The pass to Alex Covey at 6'6". You can see a lengthy receiver there. He does a great job handling the football, but Kai Ross gets his football team back in action at the 31-yard line.
Ross's best pass of the night.
This time, Ross intending the football on the near side for Jace Moore and throws it behind him. They got mixed up a little bit, but again, Danville showing some good defense on the backside by Comer.
And I really think, Tri-West here needs to come away with some points somehow, some way. For momentum, stay close, all those things. Going into halftime, I think this is an opportunity. Let's see if they can cash in or not.
2nd down and 10 from about the 32-yard line of Danville. Ross to the left side. He might run, he throws, and nearly caught there right off the fingertips of an intended receiver. That would have been a first down for Tri-West. A great toss there by Ross.
I think it should have been caught. It looked, at least from the back angle, it was right in his hands. They say if it touches your fingers, you better catch it. But once again, it's a little bit of a wobbly ball. That should have been caught.
Yeah, it should have been caught by Garrett Cora, was the intended receiver. Had some pretty good blocking out in front of him. One of them was Karan Deep, the offensive lineman, number 57. I tell you what, Tri-West is really battling as much as they can in the trenches.
And in fairness to the receiver, that was a tough thrown ball. It was wobbling all over the place, but the receiver coach says if it's in your hand, you should catch it.
Giving to Cora, and Aiden McCormick nearly has him, and he's finally pulled down by Danville after a couple yards. But again, excellent play by Danville defensively coming after the football. And that was a tough call. I thought a nice creative call by Coach Ward and the Bruins.
Yeah, a little inside type trap play just to keep the defense honest. 4th down, though, decision time for Danville, or Tri-West, I should say. 4th and long. It looks like it must be out of their field goal thinking, so they're going to go for it, and I agree. But it's another huge play for Tri-West, Mike.
And here's another blitz off the left side. Ross gets away, throws downfield, got a receiver, and he drops it. Marlowe had the football near the goal line, and just at the last minute, The defender, McMahon, closed by Danville, number 11, and the ball fell to the ground, and the Danville Warriors will take over.
Yeah, McMahon just makes a beautiful play. I think the ball was just a little bit underthrown. This is going to be a great look. Boy, he just can throw the ball a mile, and he has to wait on the ball just a half second and allow McMahon to catch up with him. If he could have just released it a half second earlier, it might have been enough, but a nice defensive stop by Danville.
The Warriors get the football back with 5:13 to go here in the second period, on top 14-7 over the Tri-West Bruins. Osborne at the helm. The handoff to the right to make that Payne at the helm for the Danville Warriors off the right side, and a good solid defensive play there by Elsie, actually that's the linebacker, number 41 for Tri-West, coming up and make the play. Let's take a look at this one. And that's McGovern now for the first time checking the ball game, number 22.
That makes a good play.
Solid play defensively for Tri-West there. That was Evan Elgin, number 41, making the tackle.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Danville take as much time as they can in this drive, try to score and take this clock down to as far as they can.
Cal Payne looking deep down the middle, and he's got his man Luke Wooten. First down and more at the 40-yard line. It is a first down for Danville in Tri-West territory, and they have flipped the field.
Yes, they sure have, and this is just great routes by all the receivers, making it so difficult for the Bruins to cover everybody, and this quarterback just continues to amaze me.
McGovern, too, in the backfield did a great job of finding pressure, of being able to find that defensive tackle and push him away from the quarterback, allowing the youngster, Cal Payne, to come right down the middle of the field for the first down.
Payne has been really sharp in this first half.
Matt McGovern in the ball game now, number 22, had his first carry early on here in the second period. Screen here to Wooten. Good job defensively as they converge.
I don't think everybody for Danville was on the same page. I think he hiked it. They didn't get on all sides, but Payne almost caught that football right in the gut. He still made a little bit of a play out of it, but it was kind of a bust. Take a look at. Well, we didn't see it, but he didn't even have his hands up, but makes a nice play just to hang on to the football.
Luke Hamstra, number 20, was the guy that made the tackle along with Alex Covey. And it'll be 2nd and 12 now for Cal Payne, the Danville Warriors here late in the second period, looking to extend their lead. 3-man front off the right side. I believe that's Dutra now back in the ball game at tailback, taking it for a couple yards. And again, a nice play defensively in the middle for Tri-West, defensively getting a stop there for the Bruins.
You know, Mike, I think for now with 3 minutes left in this ball game, the key for Tri-West is do not allow another score. If they can go in at halftime, one score down, I think you're still feeling pretty good if you're Tri-West.
I think so, too. I think it's a mental thing right now.
Absolutely it is.
A 2-score differential could really mean the difference of a sectional championship here for Danville, particularly playing at home.
Yep, no doubt about it. If I on the other half, you're Danville.
Screen taken by Comer down to the 35-yard line. And a really nice play there by number 64, Tegan West, who read that fairly well for the Bruins.
If you're Danville, you know another score is going to hurt Tri-West's psyche really bad, so you want to score and not leave much time. Look at that. They still make this thing work.
Cal Payne has a nice soft touch, and Comer holds on the footballs as Tegan drags him around by the shoulder pads and brings him down to the ground. Another big fourth down play. We've seen it on both sides of the field here in the first half. Danville with an opportunity to extend this drive. 4th and 5. Only one down lineman for Tri-West. 2 down linemen attacking the line of scrimmage. Payne with pass on the sideline, caught by Luke Wooten. A first down for Danville.
That's huge for Danville. Knocking on the door, plenty of time. They're playing this series to a T. Payne just winds back, throws a fastball. Easily gets 1 foot in bounds, all it takes in high school.
Yeah, and you notice that fastball, as you mentioned, that Cal Payne is throwing. He's on the mark today. He's throwing the ball really well, and his receivers are hanging on to the football, making plays. They give off to Dutra up the left side. Big hole, and that may be close to another first down. Finally, on the backside, the Bruins catch up with them, and Danville now is in territory to score another touchdown.
Yeah, they've put it in fourth gear right now, and the line is doing their job. Look at the surge by the Danville line here. Wow, do they get off the football.
Caden Wilson was the guy that made the tackle for Tri-West. Danville's in no rush. You see the clock is running. Just a minute and 10 to go before the halftime. And Cal Payne is doing a great job of leading this Warrior offense. Dutra, left side, breaks a tackle. 10, inside, driving down to the 7. Wow.
Look at those legs. That's all weightlifting, strength, endurance, just hammering the legs. Now take a look at this. Nothing there. Catches him 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards after he was initially hit.
And Ethan Depenat was the guy that brought him down, and he's an awfully strong football player. It really shows how outstanding an athlete is Ethan Dutra. In the backfield, Dutra, the lone back. Ball snapped, fumbled. Payne to the 10. He's throwing to the backside, and this one is intercepted, I think, at the backside of the end zone. How do you like that? Devin Brown, I think, picked off the football in the end zone.
That is the play of the game so far. Danville was absolutely going in for another score here, and this is not a good decision. Payne has played such a beautiful first half. This is not a good decision. He needs to just take this for all he can. And see, he never gets anything on his arm. He's running way too hard. This will be a nice look here. Watch his arm. See, he can never get anything under his arm here. And tries just to make a play, and this is not a good decision on his part.
He may have been looking for Dawson, number 2, in the back of the end zone.
I think he was.
And 21, Devin Brown, was just right there waiting for it.
Just because the pressure was way too much. Wasn't able to ever get anything on that throw, and that is a mammoth play for the Bruins.
The ball will come out to the 20-yard line for Tri-West, and if I'm Coach Ward, I'm satisfied at this point and sit on the football. But that may not be the case, as you got a quarterback like Kai Ross and outstanding receivers like Marlowe and Covey to throw the football. They may try a couple times to bring the football downfield, and they are. Ross deep down the right side looking for a receiver, and he could not find Jace Moore, number 4.
Well, I like the thinking. I like it when, hey, we came here to win, and we didn't come here to just take knees. I like that thinking, but on the other hand, Tri-West got to be super careful here not to make a mistake that cost them 6. Now, deep pass is probably not – that's a relatively safe pass.
Yes, as Andrew Papa was on the coverage there on Jace Moore for the Danville Warriors. And, again, a safe pass, 2nd and 10 for Tri-West. The clock stops. And that's the good news for the Bruins with 26 seconds remaining. Ross, the quarterback. Here's a blitz from Wynn on the inside. Ross in the quarterback draw, taken down after maybe a couple yards. As the clock winds down, under 17 seconds now, and it's stopped. I believe there is possibly a timeout on the field as Aiden McCormick, number 61, is able to take that play down on the field. But I tell you what, Morrell, number 55, he's maybe one of the best Danville defenders up front. He's not made a sack tonight. Give credit to Tri-West offensively.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tri-West has played a really good first half. A couple opportunities they weren't able to cash in on. This might be a different score. Danville has played solid, but 2 turnovers has haunted them. So for the most part, we've had, kind of a little bit of a chess match to a stalemate. The difference is points are the difference, and that goes in favor, at least for now, of Danville.
Rivalry games are so interesting.
The best.
You just never know. You can throw out the past. It all starts anew tonight, and Danville took advantage of that offense really moving and scoring points in the second period, but give Tri-West credit, they're still in the ball game.
Well, you and I talked before this game that Tri-West has nothing to lose here. They've already been beaten once. Nobody, or at least a lot of people, don't think they have a great shot here. You have nothing to lose. Go out and play hard, play loose, make some plays. We did a game a few weeks ago, Monrovia and Cascade. Nobody give Cascade a shot. Guess who won? You never know. You got to play the game.
You bet. And Jason Ward, the head football coach at Tri-West tonight, has done a great job motivating his team. We know that he's got a number of players that are injured that maybe be faced with COVID-19 potentially. And moving Garrett Cora to the slot, I think really has been a plus for this ball club. Ross out of the shotgun, getting a big rush from Danville, gets away. The 10 falls down at the 12-yard line. Smart play as the clock winds down, but another timeout is taken. I'm not quite sure who took this one. It may be Danville. The Warriors may have called timeout here.
Well, they may
with
think
10 seconds.
it's fourth down. They think maybe they can get their hands on the ball.
Yep.
Could be a game changer. Let's see what they do. You're exactly right. Danville took the timeout.
It is. Jamie Comer doing a great job of managing the clock here. We've talked about both these coaches being outstanding and motivating these teams. Again, like you said, Tri-West, they have nothing to lose coming into tonight's game, and yet they've had an outstanding season so far at 8-2.
No,
or 9-2.
Well, I think what Danville's talking about here, let's see if Tri-West is going to punt it away. Sure they're going to punt it away here, or are they? Because there's a lot of risk. There's 14 seconds, a lot of decisions. I think you have to. The last thing you want to do is give that quarter Payne any time at all in good field position. So if you're Tri-West, I'll be surprised if they don't punt it away. There's some danger in that. The question, will Danville be sending the farm after the football here on the punt?
The question also is, what is the distance of Braden Walser, the kicker for Danville? Can he shoot the football between 40 and 50 yards? Because even with a 30-yard, maybe a 40-yard punt, Danville should be in decent position, maybe potentially to get one play in, close enough to maybe kick a field goal.
To your point, Danville may be talking as much about a return here as they are blocking the kick. I mean, a lot of teams spend more time on a return than they do with the block. So let's see how Danville plays this here defensively and how Tri-West handles the punt. This is a big, big play with 14 seconds left.
Huge play for Tri-West upcoming. Number 30, Corbin Catt, will be the center. He'll be the long snapper here. Deep to punt, it appears to be number 9, Ethan Depinet. He'll be blocking up front. Actually, Cora will be doing the kicking. Nice punt by Cora.
Mike.
Garrett Cora at the 45-yard line. Fair catch by Luke Wooten.
That is huge.
Good kick.
He got off a rocket.
Tremendous kick there by Garrett Cora, the punter there for Jason Ward and the Bruins.
It seems like a small thing, but that could be as big a play for Tri-West as they've had all game, because now they've really make it difficult, not impossible, with 9 seconds for Danville. If defensively you can get a stop, a couple stops here, you're going in one score down. That's a nice first half for you if you're Tri-West.
And it's very similar to the first matchup between these two teams. As you mentioned, if they finish 14-7, they're within striking distance. It's a whole new ball game for both ball clubs coming into the second half.
And Tri-West gets the football to start the second half, too.
Cal Payne will take it from the shotgun. There's still 9 seconds remaining. Dawson on the screen, 50, 45. He's staying in bounds, finally knocked out of bounds. The clock is stopped with 2 seconds left. And I believe that's good enough for a first down, but not quite within distance of a field goal. Frankly, the ball looks like about the 41. It's going to have to be about a 58-yard field goal to be able to put 3 points in there.
I'm looking for Danville to take a shot at the end zone here. They're going to spread the field both sides, and they're going to take a shot at the end zone. I'll be shocked if they don't. With the arm of Payne, well, it looks like maybe not. They're lining up in take a knee territory.
Yep, Cal Payne right under center there. And he's going to take a knee, and that'll be it. Wow. The first half has ended. What a battle here for the sectional championship here from Danville. The Warriors on top of the Bruins at halftime, 14-7. You're watching a tremendous IHSAA football battle on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
runs out of a tackle. Hamilton will score. Touchdown, Greyhound.
They're going to say it's a touchdown.
77 yards. Keeper, touchdown.
Diving grab. One-handed grab on the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
What a catch. Falls out.
Boom, right there.
Ball game over. What a way to start the season.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the IHSAA Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the IHSAA Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at IHSAASportsNetwork.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim. Six of them.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
It's halftime here at Danville, 14-7. Warriors on top of the Tri-West Bruins for the sectional championship. But Jan Moser, we have ourselves a ball game.
We really do. I thought both teams' defenses played really good defense. Both these defenses have been asked to handle two offenses that are dynamic, good on the ground, good in the air, and I thought both defenses played pretty well.
I asked Coach Jason Ward during the week from Tri-West a little bit about his team, particularly special teams. He didn't have much to say. He said that he might have a freshman kicker, but I thought Tri-West did a pretty good job on special teams, kicking the football and covering.
Well, that last punt was maybe the play of the game because it was 45-plus yards, and it was really the key for Tri-West not getting another score against them before time ran out.
Be very interested seeing strategically what these two teams do. As you mentioned, Tri-West will get the kickoff to begin the third period of play. Second half action is really going to be interesting.
Well, Tri-West was down near the red zone or in the red zone at least 3 different times and weren't able to put another score on. I think what they're talking about is, guys, we get down there this next second half, we have got to finish and get some more points.
For Danville offensively, Cal Payne does a really nice job running the football. He's got a bevy of running backs, a lot of targets to throw the football to. Their offensive line seemingly feels like they're starting to dominate, but then Tri-West comes back and battles and finds a way to turn them over. Big interception in the end zone for Devin Brown.
Yeah, I thought Tri-West pressure forced Payne to make at least a couple decisions he wished he had back. 2 interceptions really caused some great field position for Danville not to take place and get more scores. So I'll give credit to Tri-West, and I think Payne knows what to do in the second half. Don't push it, don't force it if it's not there.
I suspect in the second half when Danville gets the football, as opposed to passing so much as they did in the first half, we might see them try to grind things out, because it appeared for a moment there in the second quarter that their offensive line started to take control physically of the ball game.
I think they can, but what happens is when you have a quarterback like Payne, you go, man, we got a good quarterback out there. Let him do his thing. And I think you get in that comfort zone a little bit, but I completely agree with you. They kind of went to sleep on the running game a little bit in that first half. I think because they like to stay balanced, I think you're going to see them really kind of force the run with this lead.
Here's what's really interesting about this football game is the fact we've got two Class 3A teams. We've got a lot of kids playing both ways. What's impressive to me is their conditioning. Both teams, there may have been small periods of time where they got tired, but these ball clubs are really well conditioned.
Yeah.
Coach Ward, and Coach Comer have done a great job of getting their team ready.
Well, especially there at the end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter, Tri-West's defense was out there for a long time, and they kind of held their own. They didn't give in much, but that defense was out there a long time, and I think talking in this second half, offensively, they want to keep the ball in the offensive hand, burn some clock, so their defense doesn't live out there in that third and fourth period.
Jan, one thing about burning the clock, from Tri-West, you talked about it off there before the game, they have to be able to throw the football,
right,
and they have been able to do that, but that's not going to burn clock, especially if you have a lot of incomplete passes. The clock stops and it plays against you some way, somehow. Tri-West is going to have to find a running game in the second half.
Or find some creative offense to supplement that. You're right, we talked about that in the opening. In games that they lost, only 2, it was against Danville and Plainfield, and they ran for less than 100 yards, and those are the only 2 they did not win. And the key on both of those, no more than 100 yards rushing. So you're right. I think they still – I think they've got to try to be a little more balanced if they can. But they got a good quarterback too, so they're certainly not afraid to let him throw the football.
It'll be a very interesting second half. Stay tuned. Danville Tri-West Sectional Championship will return in the IHSAA Sports Network.
Runs out of a tackle. Hamilton will score. Touchdown, Greyhound.
They're going to say it's a touchdown.
77 yards. Keeper, touchdown.
Diving grab. One-handed grab on the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
What a catch. Falls out.
Boom, right there.
Ball game over. What a way to start the season.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the IHSAA Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the IHSAA Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at IHSAASportsNetwork.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa. My goodness.
122.60 for Penn. Oh, what a swim. Six of them.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn.
What a swim!
Six of them.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Our halftime show tonight is brought to you by Endeavor Communications Business Phone Solutions. More than a phone system, Endeavor offers a hosted unified communications solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Find out more at www.weendeavor.com. And Jan Bozer, we've got ourselves a really good football game here, a sectional championship on the line. 14-7, Danville on top of Tri-West at half.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on both these teams for good defense, good offense, and I thought for the most part it was pretty well, not evenly played, but for the most part evenly played.
No doubt about it, and I think that Danville, after that first long touchdown pass, really settled down and started getting some rhythm offensively and then turned the ball over. Give lots of credit to Tri-West and Coach Ward's defense. They came on strong.
That was a huge stop. To allow Danville to go up 2 scores before halftime, we talked about that. Not that it would have been not possible to overcome, but certainly a lot of pressure on Tri-West. So there's a lot of pressure already to score, and then to have to score twice would have been a super lot of pressure on Tri-West.
Has to be an advantage to some degree for Danville to host this sectional tonight. Even though we have limited capacity as far as seating is concerned, they're still playing at home. There's still a pretty nice crowd here this evening.
You always want to play at home. There's a comfort zone at home that's why everybody wants to play at home. The home people will speculate what the home is worth, how many points. I don't know if it means anything, but you always want to, nobody wants to ride in a bus anywhere, number one. So when you play at home, that's huge.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Brought to you by Sozo U Natural Health. Sozo U provides natural health consultations, products, and services to our clients. It is our mission to equip our clients with natural health options to help them achieve their health goals. Located in Crawfordsville. You can like us on Facebook or find more information at www.sozou.com. And regional championships are next week.
Boy, they are, and it's just every week we eliminate half the field, and there's going to be a lot of huge games. I believe if Danville wins, I believe they'll be right back here next week, and they would play Sullivan, I believe, because Washington had to drop out, if my memory serves me right.
Correct.
Please tell me I'm right. Just make me feel good.
You are correct.
Okay, so that makes me feel really good because you never know. So that would be huge. There'll be big games all over the place. So, yeah, regional and then semi-state, and there we are, Thanksgiving weekend down at Lucas. Hope we make it.
No doubt about it, and we'll take a MIC championship, a MIC team next week to potentially win a regional championship. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here at halftime with the Danville Warriors up 14-7. Dutra, tremendous running back.
Yeah, I thought that Danville really came out and emphasized the running game and just really got it going early in that first period.
And defensively, it's really been key tonight for Tri-West.
Yeah, big plays over and over. There you see the freshman, number 99. We highlighted him multiple times, and I thought that Tri-West really came out, opened it up, and really got some big plays early.
Nice pass by Garrett Cora downfield to Kai Ross, and here's the big touchdown play.
I thought this was just huge. I really felt like Tri-West, if they somehow could get on the board first, and you look at it now, how big is that? Because they had the lead, now they trail, but this touchdown is huge.
It definitely is. Marlowe with the big catch. Skyler taking it to the house for 6 points, putting Tri-West on the board, taking the lead, but Danville fights back. Nice pass there on the side there to Tyler Dawson.
Well, when Payne gets in a rhythm with these receivers, he's as good as anybody in the state, just spreading it all over the field here.
And Dawson, another catch, and he's a big receiver, big target, tough guy to bring down. He's got good, solid hands.
Yeah, I love this receiving core for Danville. They got good height, nice length, and they really caused some matchup issues with some secondary because of their length.
Graybeck, number 7, caught that inside screen, number 7, for Danville. He really hasn't been a factor in the passing game tonight.
He has not, but certainly Payne has spread it around.
And that was maybe a play of the game there. That catch.
So far, it is a play of the game because look for so many reviews, other than the back one, it was intercepted, but no, it wasn't. It was a great pass and ultimately leads to a touchdown. And here it is. See, that's how big that catch is. Leads right to this touchdown. And that's your lead right there. That's how big that reception is.
That was a tremendous reception by Dominic Wynn from Payne. And you see a nice soft pass down the middle to Dawson in the end zone between 2 defenders. But Kai does a really good job of making a pass play there, cutting in there for a first down play for Tri-West, but then defensively, Danville steps up.
Yeah, Danville's defense with a lot of power up front, and I thought after that first touchdown, they gave up. They really played pretty solid, made it difficult, but Tri-West was still able to make some plays against, again, a very good defensive Danville.
And they really spread the ball around. Jamie Comer is an outstanding receiver, but he's a really good defender as well. Again, we talked about players playing both sides of football. One of them here is Luke Wooten, 23 for Danville.
Yeah, you called his name quite often. He was really involved early in this offense, and here you see a play right up the middle.
And that's a big stop for Tri-West because eventually, I believe, they were not able to make things happen. But the quarterback takes the football right off the right side after initial penalty. And Cal Payne scores a touchdown. When you're 6'3" and you're sneaking the football over the center, it's hard to do.
Yeah, here's the big penalty. He led with the head, and that cost him dearly for the big penalty. And comes back with a big play, shook it off. You know what? What I like about him, he plays hard. He plays hard every play. Yeah. Got a little over aggressive on the penalty, but he's always playing hard.
He's by far, I think, one of the most active defensive players I've seen all season long.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought he played outstanding last year. Dutra is a really solid football player. Down the middle of the field, this one is tipped, and again, solid play by Tri-West being in the right place to come up with the interception.
Well, it was tipped, and those are usually the ones that are dangerous for being intercepted, and there's another big defensive play by number 34 for Danville, I should say.
And Danville really is doing a good job of taking away the run. But again, a great pass to Kobe down the right sideline. And with his size, he gets a big gain there and puts Tri-West in really good field position. But the Danville defense does a pretty good job here.
Yeah, this one just inches away from being another score. I thought Ross, for the most part, played pretty solid.
Yes,
he made some huge, big plays. And they're going to need him to really be on tee for this second half.
Yeah, he's got to come up big. There's no doubt about it for his ball club to be able to have a chance there. Again, another nice toss by Danville and a good catch. Wooten has really been involved in the offense here on a number of catches. There's another one. He had 5 catches from Cal Payne in the first matchup. He's cast quite a few, but Dutra just showing his power off the left side.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's one that I think Payne would really like to have back. A lot of pressure, and just should have got rid of this one or got what he could, because this was a big, big play, because Danville could have made it a 2-score lead and wasn't able to do that.
That would have been a huge dagger for Danville, but they weren't able to execute it. Brown came up with a big interception, and we have ourselves a real good matchup here heading into the second half. And we return after we pay some bills. You'll get a chance to catch this action here from Danville on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. and wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Runs out of a tackle. Hamilton will score. Touchdown, Greyhound.
They're going to say it's a touchdown.
77 yards. Keeper, touchdown.
Diving grab.
One-handed grab on the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
What a catch. Falls out.
Boom, right there.
Ball game over. What a way to start the season.
We're back at Danville High School for the sectional championship, and I got to tell you, Jan Bozer, we really have to thank Endeavor Communications
Absolutely.
for their support for tonight's game and being broadcast on the IHSAA Sports Network in partnership with Endeavor. Please send us a note on social media or give us a call to let us know, but thank you, Endeavor Communications.
Yeah, please do. Please do. You know, we can't thank those people enough for helping out, making the telecast, you know, so people can see it. So go thank them. Go thank them and help them out. Absolutely.
This is vital because, as we all know, tickets are limited at each venue during the course of the football season, and not everybody gets a chance to sit in the stands. So this is a great opportunity to see what appears to be a tremendous matchup right now.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of people were, everywhere I went this week, a lot of people were talking about this Tri-West Danville, this matchup. You look at this game took place last year in the sectional, and then early on in the season, Danville and Tri-West played again, and Danville got that one. And Tri-West is saying, we're getting a little tired of this. They want this one really bad. This game, guys, I'm telling you, is far from over. And Tri-West is going to get the football here first, Mike. And I think this is a big, big series. I always believe the first 5 minutes of any sport, basketball, football, is so important. Let's see what Tri-West does here. Can they get any running game going? And more importantly, can they get in the red zone and have at least a shot at a score?
Well, Danville's got to be very concerned that the kicker, Braden Walser, is able to get the football downfield, because Jace Moore, number 4, has shown that he's got some jets back there and can really put the ball in action, get great field position. So kickoff, special teams, very important for both these ball clubs right now, as Walser heads up to the line to kick it from his own 40-yard line to start the third period of play here for the Hardware. It's advance and survive from Danville.
Well, I think you talk about that at halftime. Guys, you got one half to decide whether you want to play next week or not. You can't leave anything on the field.
This one is kicked away from Moore. Marlowe, 25, cuts inside to the 30 and dropped down by one of the defenders for Danville coming up, number 29, Daniel Church, a senior, 5'9", 148.
Well, let's see how Tri-West comes out offensively. With just not much running game at all in that first half for Tri-West. And let's see what they think about here. They've got to be able to move the chains, Mike. They just have got to be able to move the chains.
Bruins will have the football first down. Defensively, number 55 for Danville, Trey Morrill, leads the ball club with sacks, 6'4", 260. On the left side of that defensive front, he has not gotten in the backfield for a tackle for loss tonight. Tri-West has done a nice job protecting Kai Ross.
Well, Ross is your senior. They're going to put it in his hands.
Ross to Covey, 35, down to the 40, and taken down there, close to the first down marker. 36 for Danville on the coverage from the backside. That was Caleb McRoberts, the junior.
Yeah, and Tri-West really flooded this zone. They had 3 to the left and 2 to the right, and really flooded both sides of the zone. And that may be something that Tri-West really tries to do, is to kind of supplement that running game with a lot more short passes as much as the long pass.
Andrew Papa, number 30, was also in on the play for Danville. 9-yard gain, just short of the marker. Ross,
blitz.
Shotgun blitz. That was Wynn picked up, cuts inside. I think he's close to the first down marker. Very close.
Yep.
One of the defenders there, Caleb Stevens from the safety slot, comes up and makes the tackle for the Warriors.
Sorry, Mike. So the first series, they get the first down. I really think, they like the big play, and that's fine. But if they're going to win this game, they got to figure out how to move the chains. And here's the first time they do it here in the second half.
Great job of blocking by Alex Ayers, number 54, 265-pound senior, 5'8", playing right guard there. Did a really good job getting his hands out in front of him. Shotgun, Ross, downfield, caught by Marlowe across the 50. That's positive yardage.
It is, and well, Tri-West is making a statement, guys. We come here to win, and we're going to sling it. We got a senior quarterback. You know, this is potentially his last game here. Let him do his thing, and so far, so good. He's really putting on a show.
8-yard gain, maybe 9, second and short. And Kairos will work out of the shotgun, looking at a 3-man front as Danville's running that 34 defense. Ross back to pass, getting pressure from Dutra, gets away, running 50, 45.
Look
He's
out.
still 40, out of bounds to the 33-yard line in Danville territory. No flag.
Great decision. This, you know, it's one thing to be able to show your arm, but when you can use your head and make a big play, and that's what he does here, nothing. This is well covered by Danville. He smells a little running room, and then all of a sudden he gets a small little shadow block there, and boy, he makes a huge gain here.
Big gain for Kairos, as Jan mentioned. First down and 10. As you see in the clock, 10:36. A long time left here in the third period. Warren Central on top in the sectional championship over Lawrence North by a score of 21-7. That appears to be a potential upset. And you can watch that on the IHSAA Sports Network. Blitz upcoming down the middle. Ross finds a receiver. Marlowe inside the 26-yard line and taken down by McMahon close to the marker.
I'll tell you one thing, Ross brought his A game here to start the second half. They've just made a decision. He's our guy. He's our best opportunity to beat Danville, and right now they put it in his hands, and he's delivering.
Braxton Patton, number 60, did a good job of blocking up front. 6-foot, 245-pounder for Coach Ward's Tri-West Bruins. They're now starting to get some people up front to make some plays on the offensive line.
Now Ross has thrown over 2,000 yards this season. There's an offside.
Right guard appeared to flinch at the point of attack, number 68 for Tri-West. A flag on the Bruins, and that's a penalty upcoming on the offensive lineman for Tri-West.
You know, Mike, there's not been a lot of penalties, but at times they've really hurt Tri-West, the timeliness of them, then they've hurt Danville. But we've not had a lot. It's just when we've had them, they've been crucial for Tri-West on the offensive side.
2nd and 8 for Tri-West in Danville territory, looking to try to tie the game.
He's got it back.
And, yep, there's a flag and a jump on the left side of the defensive line by the outstanding defensive lineman, Trey Morrill, number 55, the 260-pounder. He was across the line of scrimmage, and he knew it, and there he is.
Well, this is a smart play by Tri-West. They got all sides, and so they come back with the hard count to see if they can get it right back. That's a nice call. Those are little small things that veteran coaches or even young coaches, if they've been taught that, can play those little games to get yourself free yardage.
2nd and 3. As Coach Ward calls in the play from the sideline. He's done an outstanding job here at Tri-West in his second year. The Bruins 9-2. Ross, after the delay, he gets the first down off the left side after a gain of a couple yards, and Danville is now reeling defensively. 34 for the Warriors. Devin Keith was the first guy that met him.
Boy, and Tri-West continues to move the football, and I know they talked about it at halftime. I talked about it a couple of times. Guys, we go in the ball game, we got to move the chains, and now they're exactly where they want to be in 3rd and short. You really have a pretty wide open playbook now at 3rd and short. Let's see what they decide to do here.
They will measure for the first down. It's pretty close, and you may be right, Jan. Boy, it is.
Oh, my word.
It is
See?
short.
Look at the eyes.
You're right. It's short.
You know what? All that investment in LASIK surgery just paid off because I thought they were short, and they were. That's awesome.
And they were short by about an inch.
Not because they were short, because I could still see that they were short, by the way.
Now, the question is, will Tri-West put Kairos, the quarterback, under center? They've been running him out of the shotgun. A bad snap puts him in a bad position.
Well, it's interesting they're going shotgun here, but It's still just 3rd down.
Wynn showing blitz from the middle. Back to pass. Ross caught
He's got
by
it.
Puglisi, his second catch of the season. Knocked down by Dutra. First down, Tri-West.
That's a great play. And the reason I like this play because it's a quick hitter. See, 1-2 pass. He doesn't even move. That's hard to get any pressure. And if you get open, it's hard to defend. I like the play call.
Dominic Puglisi, his second reception of the ball game, and the officials are gathering together.
I'm telling you what, they waved it off. They first thought it might be targeting, but after my first look at it, it's just a hard hit. I didn't see helmet to helmet at all.
Yep, nice hit by Dutra, and the flag was waved off by the officials. Yep. The clock begins to run, close to the 9-minute mark. First down and 10 for Tri-West in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Officials do a great job. They talk it over, make sure nobody's seen it, make the right call.
Blitz in the middle, picked up by Puglisi. Looks downfield, throws, and I believe Marlowe is out of bounds.
Oh my. Mike, that extra coat of paint, and I think he may have been in. He had to get 1 foot in bounds, and just momentum wouldn't allow him to get that foot down inside. Let's take a look here. Rolls to his left. This is a tough pass for a right-handed quarterback. Let's see this catch. Whoa!
No, I think he was in.
Whoa! that was even closer than I thought it was.
I think he got 1 foot in, but it ruled incomplete.
In fairness, that's a long way away. We can't see
tough.
That toe hit outbound, and the official was right on top of it.
Ross looking downfield, turns. Covey at the 10, inside the 10. That's a first down. Caleb Stevens in coverage for Danville. Nice pass by Ross. Very efficient.
He's on fire, and his receivers are doing a great job running crisp routes. It's a nice look. I love this look coming right to you. See, the receiver, I should say, makes a hard cut, and a hard cut gives you separation. Separation gets you the ball.
It'll be first and goal now. It looks like the football just inside the 10. 2 backs in the backfield, and the give to Deponette, and he gets a couple yards, spins around, and McMahon drops him down. Coming from the backside, the safety. We have an injured player on the field, and that's number 36 for the Danville Warriors,
I think he may have
Caleb McRoberts.
No, he's limp a little bit on his left foot.
Doesn't look good.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, right now you're Tri-West. You lost the first time around. You're just right where you need to be. You're knocking on the door. You got to score here.
Yep.
You see it, score. You smell it, you feel it. Now you got to get it. He does a nice job of wrapping the football, and this is just shy of a must for Tri-West. They have had an excellent drive here. It's been really well executed. And execution has been great. The offensive line's played well. They got one of the best defenses in high school football, a little bit on the ropes. And if Tri-West could cash in and tie this thing, oh my, do we have a ball game.
Deponette does a great job running inside. Remember, Hendershot, maybe the best player on the roster for Tri-West, is injured. He tore his ACL. He's not available to play in tonight's ball game. And Coach Ward is doing a pretty good job piecing this offense together for Tri-West tonight.
First and goal, 4 shots to get a touchdown here for Tri-West. I got to tell you, this is the biggest 4 plays that Tri-West has had all year. Can they deliver against this number 10 ranked defense?
Ross, the give, met immediately by Morrell and dropped down. A great defensive effort by Morrell. Dominic Wynn came in from behind with some help from the linebacker slot. It may have been a loss of 1 as Morrell checks out of the ball game. Looks like his wrist.
Yeah, my word. Let's take a look. Man, I'll tell you, you don't get rid of a blocker any better than that. And I don't know if that young man's a wrestler. If he's not, he should be. That was the goodest takedown you ever want to see. Wow, that was a big, big stop.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line for Kai Ross and the Bruins. Trying to get this ball game notched up. Out of the shotgun. Receivers wide left. Got a blitz from Tyler Dawson, and down he goes.
There's 2.
Tyler Dawson with a big blitz, the sack of the backfield.
Boy, I'm telling you, Danville is saying, listen, we have a lot of hype and a lot of pride on this defensive side. Right now, they are 0 for 2. They being Tri-West. The pressure is just taking its toll. Tri-West has now got to find their 2 best plays they can find. They got 2 left. Wow. I've always said, Mike, you see how good a defense is when they're down there in goal line defense. You really see how good a defense really is. Danville's really showing the stripes right now.
From the 15, Ross looks deep, open, and caught.
Got it!
That
Touchdown!
is a touchdown!
Now, I got to tell you, look at this spin move he puts on the defender. Oh, my word, what a move.
That's Garrett Cora, number 1, with a touchdown from Kai Ross. And Tri-West is just 1 point away from tying this sectional title game.
Look at this move. Well, the move was a little earlier, but it was tough to see because the shot was high. But he made just a little small cut move to get what you want is separation, and he got at least 2 yards worth of separation.
He beat Jacob Comer. Here's the extra point kick.
My.
This one is blocked. It is blocked at the point of attack.
My.
I think that was Tyler Dawson that got in there and got a piece of this one off the extra point kick from Cortland Williams.
Oh, my. You do everything so well. And let's see where it comes. It looks like that someone in the middle line just leaps and gets a finger on it.
Maybe that was Caleb Stevens, number 1. Dawson was coming from the inside. There's Stevens.
Mike, first of all, he's really up far. I mean, where he kicks this. So it doesn't take much for somebody to get up. And he was really close to the offensive line. I'm a little surprised because you really helped the cause of the defense to get up and get a finger on that because the trajectory is just not going to take its upward height until until somebody has a chance to knock it down. Let's take a look at the touchdown, Mike.
Nice pass by Ross.
See that turn
again.
move?
Yep. He beat Comer right on the corner.
Yeah, Comer had his eyes on the ball, which is the right thing, but you got to have your eyes on the ball and the receiver, and that little spin move was just brilliant.
It certainly was. And Coach Ward from Tri-West was concerned about his special teams, particularly about his kicking game. And Cortland Williams there, the freshman, that ball was blocked, and Danville holds the lead 14-13.
But the good news is Tri-West has got to have tons of confidence.
Oh, yeah.
They came out, the blocking was crisp, they ran the ball, but their senior quarterback really led them to that touchdown. He really played well.
14-13, Danville over Tri-West. Middle half of the third. Cortland Williams to assess the football right now, the freshman. Kick picked up at the 20. To the far side, 25, and Marlowe is the guy that comes in and makes the tackle on number 30, Andrew Papa, with the return. So solid special teams play for Tri-West.
They're going to make Danville earn it if they can get a drive going here. Let's take a look at that block again. Once again, I feel like he's awful close to his offensive line, or at least closer than most are. So you've got to get that ball up as quick as possible. Let's take a look at it. Let's see who gets a finger on this. There it is. See, the ball just never gets enough trajectory to get high enough where they can't have a shot at that.
That was Aiden McCormick, number 61, who gets the block as the quarterback on the scramble to the left side. Payne gets a couple yards for Danville.
And who knows? When it's all said and done, will that be the difference in a ball game, getting a finger on a football? Who knows?
I don't know, but Cal Payne gets a couple yards on first down, and the clock stops because he settled out of bounds at 6:21, just to gain a 2. Wide receivers, 2 on the left and 2 on the right, and a single back for Danville behind Cal Payne. Payne back to pass, looking to his right, downfield, and it is missed by Dominic Wynn. Wynn had a chance. The 45 went right through his hands and unfortunately fell down and hit his gut. Looks like he gets up a little gingerly there.
Yeah, let's take a look here. He's one pretty sure-handed here. Let's see what happens. You see what happened? He turned his head. His eyes, he didn't look the ball in his hand, and he turned his head before he looked it in his hands. And you see that, and a lot of times it goes right through your hand. The ball is always caught with your eyes first, your hand second.
3rd down and 8 for Danville. Back to pass. Payne down the middle, and it's caught. And the 50,
Look out.
40,
Look
Dawson
out.
35, 30, Dawson 25, and down he goes to the 20-yard line. Tyler Dawson with a great catch from Cal Payne.
Yards after catch are mammoth here. It's one thing to make the big catch. It's another to allow that many yards after the catch. Take a look. Payne plenty of time over the middle. They just spread the field, get it to the center receiver. There's a great block there down the field by Stevens. And, boy, this is a mammoth play.
Great catch by Tyler Dawson. It's a first down for Danville, and that ball is inside the 20-yard line at about the 19. First and 10. Dutra off the right side, breaks a tackle all the way down for about a 7-yard gain. Finally made the tackle in the back side by the inside linebacker, number 35, also playing receiver Alex Covey, and Danville's moving the football.
Well, the thing I've been so impressed with Danville runners is they just don't go down easy. And if you don't hit them hard, you don't wrap, you don't gang tackle, they get 2, maybe 3 extra yards on the run, and that's just adds up when this game's all said and done.
Second and short. Under center is Cal Payne. The handoff to the left side. That's Wooten, and Luke Wooten is down to the goal line, and they're going to put it down at about the 1-yard line. I don't think he got in, Jan.
Was that Michael Penix? I know we're out, you guys. Somebody's seen that replay somewhere before. Take a look at this. He tries to go for the pylon. The ball. Wow, that's really close.
It looked really close.
It was really close.
And the official is suggesting that his foot went out of bounds at about the 1.5-yard line. Yep, they called it a touchdown.
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
The ball hit the pylon. It looked the same as Michael Penix to me.
So that's a touchdown. And here's the extra point kick. And it is good. So 21-13 Danville. Luke Wooten does score there.
Yes.
And the extra point was nailed by Braden Walser. And the Warriors now on top, 21-13 of the third period. The Warriors all of a sudden has separated itself. Let's take a look at this one.
Well, Danville just has that not only physical ability, but the heart of a undefeated team. This is a great look.
And that was a Michael Penix run.
No doubt it was. Just get the ball on the pylon, and that should be a TD, and it was. That's a nice play.
Initially, it looked like that official on the sideline ruled that he was out of bounds at the 1 or 1.5-yard line, but they went and discussed it, and he hit the pylon before he stepped out of bounds, and the Danville students are very excited about this one.
But Danville just silenced Tri-West. Tri-West comes out, gets a really nice score, get things going their way, and nothing silences another team more than when a team answers the bell. And, boy, Danville just put a drive there together.
No doubt about it. It was an excellent drive offensively for Danville. The big pass to Tyler Dawson setting this one up, and then a solid run by Luke Wooten across the goal line to score the touchdown as number 20, the senior kicker, Brandon Walser, is set up for the kickoff here from his own 40. The Warriors undefeated, trying to keep things alive on top here at home, 21-13, vying for a sectional title with a cross-county rival, Tri-West. Here's the kick by Walser. He pooches this one down at about the 20. Marlowe, the 25. Great coverage there by the Warriors, and that's number 11, Brayton McMahon, on the kickoff tackle there for the Warriors.
Tri-West got to go back to work now. We'll see if the same formula they started the second half will work again. But now Danville put pressure on them they don't have to score every time, but they've put certain pressure on this offense of Tri-West. Go, listen, you're going to play from behind. Wow, Danville just so impressive.
28-yard line, first down and 10 for the Tri-West Bruins. And leading the charge is that outstanding quarterback. You see number 8, Kai Ross. He's had a great game, but you got to give a lot of credit to that young offensive line in front of him. Has done a great job protecting him for most of the ball game. Ross looking to his left, throws downfield, and this one is caught, but is it out of bounds by Jace Moore? I don't think he caught the ball in bounds.
It was tough to tell. The official said he did not catch it in bounds. That's the one that matters. Once again, what an arm. Take a look. Let's see. Boy, he has an arm and a half, doesn't he?
He does. He let it go. Maybe.
Whoa,
Ooh.
my, that was close.
Another close call here.
And don't be confused with the angle, because the angles can be deceiving on replays, but boy, at least from that angle, that was close.
Ross out of the shotgun, 2nd and 10 from the 28. 4-man rush, pass is complete to Jace Moore at the 32-yard line, and that will be a gain of 4. But again, defensively, Danville on the money, doing a great job. That was Pappas, number 30, coming up and making the tackle. Number 30 is Andrew Papa make it. Andrew Papa made the tackle.
And really, this pass is set up because Tri-West really on that deep pattern is sending a message to Danville. We're going to, we're always going to be threatening you. And so that kind of opens up that underneath pass a little more after you throw the long pass.
Ross against the blitz, throws on the right wing, and this one is knocked down, incomplete, intended for Covey. No flag on the play. It was defended there by Caleb Stevens.
That's just not on the field long enough for Tri-West. And this is going to potentially give Danville decent field position, and Tri-West defense was just out there, and they're going to have to come right back out again. Hopefully this punter for Tri-West, he's had a couple really nice punts, can get off another good one here.
Garrett Cora is the punter, number 1. The senior, 5'11", 170. As Jan mentioned, a nice kick his first time. Here's one, just got this one away. Not quite as good. Fair catch is taken at about the 36-yard line by Danville and Luke Wooten.
Well, now we're going to have to highlight Tri-West defense. They've been out there a long time this game, Mike, and the minutes are really starting to add up. They got to play their best football right now. Once again, third period, still tons of time, fourth period to come, but I just don't think they can let Danville pile up on this lead and have a great shot of being able to win this ball game.
You take a look at that Danville front, 64, Tegan West. Number 9 is one of their better linebackers, Ethan Depinet. He's had an outstanding season. They have got to find a way to make things happen. Cale Payne at the helm for Danville. The give to Dutra off the right side. The feet moving. Finally stepped down at about the, after a gain of 3, make that Nicholas Joyner, number 18, was the guy that made the stop for the Tri-West Bruins, trying to win their 10th win of the season and another sectional title here.
I was watching some of the fans that last time around. I go, wow, the majority of those fans don't even have jackets on. I looked at the temperature, and it's a balmy November, 54 degrees. My, how beautiful night for football.
Trips to the right, and that's beautiful evening, as Jan points out. Cale Payne out of the shotgun. A snap. The pass is caught by Dominic Wynn across the 50. That's a nice pass and catch for the Danville Warrior combination. Dominic Wynn, he's a hard guy to get a hold of because he's got some size. A senior, 6'2", 200 pounds, a basketball player for the Danville Warriors as well.
Well, what Payne does is makes it difficult to put pressure on him. So if you can't get to him, then you got to cover the receivers. You got to do one or the other. But he has less than a 1-2, and he passes the football, so you can't really get pressure because he lines up in the shotgun. So you as Tri-West have got to cover these receivers or you're in trouble.
First down and 10 for Danville. Dutra at the right side, gets some space, 45, 40, digs down into the 33-yard line, and a first down for Danville. Running off the right side, finally brought down on the backside by Devin Brown. And Danville's offense is now plugging some gaps here against the Tri-West Bruins.
Well, Danville averages, as a team, 6.3 yards per carry. That is phenomenal. And, boy, they just continue to show that front line doing their job, and these runners are getting yards after touch big time. 6 yards every time their runners touch the football. Somehow you got to figure out a way to stop that, because if you don't, you only need 2 touches and it's a first down.
First and 10, Payne to Dutra off the right side. Solid defense there by Tri-West on first down. That was number 41, Evan Elgin, making the initial hit for the Bruins after a gain maybe good enough for about a yard, maybe 2.
It's a Danville team that averages 37 points per ball game, so they're very accustomed to putting big numbers offensively. We give so much hype to that defense, but this offense puts just shy of 40 points a game on the board.
Toss sweep. Comer Inside the 30, 25, breaks a tackle. He's near the 15-yard line. They've gone to more of a power game, running the football. Under center is Cal Payne, and that's Comer for the first down for Danville. Another rushing first down.
Well, we started this telecast by saying, at least for me, the key for Danville, balance. They show balance as good as anybody. They have power, they have speed, they can throw the football, and when you're so balanced, it makes it a nightmare for defenses to gamble or take guesses.
15-yard line, first down for Cal Payne. Give to Dutra off the left side. He's got a couple yards. And one of the linebackers, and West, 64, was able to make the tackle. And Depinet, also number 9, but not before Dutra gets about 3 or 4 yards. They're just pounding the ball inside with number 9.
The winner of this ball game will play Sullivan, who was not able to play, or again, I should say Washington, who they were supposed to play, was not able to play. So Sullivan will advance. If Danville wins, the game will be played here.
Motion man, Wooten. The give to Dutra. Depinet, great job getting to the ball carrier along with 99, Ethan Elzey. We saw him earlier on in the ball game make a lot of stops.
I just don't know where the game's played if Tri-West were to win. I'm not suggesting who's winning here. I just know if Danville, I think they're telling me that both would host, so it would be either at Tri-West or Danville. So I'm not suggesting one team or the other. Don't start sending me emails. It's just that one would host.
14, Cal Payne, the quarterback for Danville. Trying to get this football team into the end zone on top, 21-13, third period of play, sectional championship on the line.
Blitz.
Comer in motion, blitz, throws down the middle, and this one is incomplete. Looking for Luke Wooten, the ball was just slightly underthrown.
Well, it was underthrown, but I think what Payne was trying to do, he was in triple coverage. I think he was trying to get him to go down and go underneath those triple coverage. It could have been short, and I think he gets nailed here as well. You see there, so that might have been part of it. See, he had a shot at it, just quite couldn't hang on.
And you're right, Cal Payne took an enormous hit there, and now we have a fourth down situation, and the veteran kicker has come in the ball game, number 20, Braden Walser, the senior. They're going to mark the football at the 19. It'll be a 29-yard kick. This one is up. And there may be.
Well, I think Tri-West may have jumped off sides. Let's see if that's the call. Do we have a flag or not?
Yeah, there may very well be. Here it is. Offside. You're right, Jan.
Yeah, I've seen somebody on that defensive left side jump. I just didn't know if he crossed the line. So that's not a good move, because now I think you really force Danville into thinking, hey, we average 6 yards per carry. We only need 1. Let's see how difficult this decision is.
And it's 4th and short.
Yeah.
At least Tri-West has a reprieve. If they can stop them, they get the ball back. Cal Payne under center, and hard count, and you're right.
You've got to know that.
That will be a flag, and that will be a first down. It should be offensive or defensive offside, and there it is, and that'll be an automatic first down.
This is where your seniors and captains and all those guys have got to be talking to your defensive team. Guys, be aware of the fact, anytime it's 1 yard, 2 yards or less, you know most teams are going to try to pull that, and you stop that by communicating. Because as a player, you're thinking about so many different things. So as soon as a captain or a senior, somebody goes, guys, do not jump, then you're less likely to do that. That's where communication defensively is so huge.
Aiden McCormick, the lineman, shifts to the right side in a tight end slot. Toss sweep, Comer, touchdown Danville. Touchdown Danville, that's Comer for the score. It is 27-13 Warriors.
Yeah, a couple penalties there. Just didn't help the cause of Tri-West, and Danville's as good as anybody at making you pay. Wow. Take a look.
Jacob Comer on that toss sweep. He had plenty of grass, didn't he, in front of himself?
Yeah, it is very difficult to stop a team like Danville. They have so many options.
27-13, Danville on top of Tri-West. Walser with the kick. Right down the middle, 28-13 Warriors. just 37 seconds remain here in the third period. The Warriors have taken the lead on the IHSAA Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Center Grove leads 55-7.
Back at Danville High School, the Warriors with the Comer touchdown, now up 28-13. Some scores, Jan.
Well, we had I laid my scorebook down here, so now I got to re-grab it. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at the touchdown. More importantly here, Danville just spreads it and gets it in the side there to just really add on to this score.
Big touchdown for Danville, now up 28-13. You did mention Western Boone in Class 2A, the two-time defending Class 2A champion. They're on top of Seeger.
Yeah, and big. And Tipton's leading LaPel. Carmel's leading Brownsburg. And so I'll get you some scores here in a few minutes, but we know for a fact those teams are leading.
Marlowe fumbled the football and carries it forward just a couple yards. Again, excellent special teams play for Danville. It was number 36 for the Warriors coming down, Caleb McRoberts.
Yeah, still, Tri-West, you're only down 2 scores. Now, one might need to be a 2-point conversion, but it's now or never. You got 32 seconds left in this period number 3, but you still are in this game, and psychologically, everybody's got to be telling, guys, we can still do this. They're not out of this game yet.
And this is a key drive now for the Tri-West Bruins. Not the greatest of field position for this ball club relative to some of the other starts. This one starts at their own 28 as Kai Ross comes out in the shotgun formation for the Bruins. 3-man front for Danville. Ross looking to the left, throws. This one is incomplete, intended for Jace Moore, just underthrown. Good defense on the sideline there as well by Danville covering the pass.
Well, the problem you got now, if you're Tri-West, is Danville knows you have to pass. You pretty much have already dictated that most of the game, and now you're in a spot where you have really almost no choice. So you as a defensive lineman take a complete different approach now. You don't worry so much about the run. You're pinning your ears back, and you got one thing in mind, quarterback.
And that was Andrew Papa, number 30 on the coverage. Ross against pressure, 35, gets tripped up around the 39-yard line. Someone from Danville got a hand to prevent him. Otherwise, I think he might have had a first down.
He's a pretty good runner. He's kind of a deceiving runner. He doesn't like to run a lot, but when he does, he usually gets pretty good yardage. You see there, the pocket collapsed, and he got a nice little block there and makes some big yardage on the run. And that'll do it for the third period, Mike.
How do you like that? Danville on top of Tri-West 28-13 in a magnetic showdown here at Danville High School. And when we come back, we'll see the final run to the finish line and who wins the sectional hardware here from Danville High School on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the IHSAA Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the IHSAA Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at IHSAASportsNetwork.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Welcome back to Danville. I'd like to thank Endeavor Communications. Tonight's game is being broadcast on the IHSAA Sports Network in partnership with Endeavor Communications. please send us a note on social media or give us a call to let us know. The IHSAA Sports Network, stay connected to the IHSAA all season long by downloading the IHSAA app from all your favorite app stores and watch all the games live or from the archives. The IHSAA Sports Network. Local lives here, and it's made possible tonight by Endeavor Communications.
Thank you so much again. Great people, great company. Thank you so much.
Kai Ross nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Dutra comes in and gets the sack. Great play by the linebacker, number 9. Number 9, Ethan Dutra, one of the outstanding Warrior linebackers.
Yeah, you're going to see more of this. You're going to see Danville linebackers shoot the gaps. You're going to see all kinds of people with different stunts. And that's why, while only down a couple scores to Tri-West, but the defense takes on a complete, I just talked about it a few seconds ago, different approach to how they're going to just come at Tri-West.
Dutra is the leading tackler for Danville coming into this game. As Tri-West is going to punt, there is a flag on the play. Fair catch made at about the 27 by Luke Wooten. And let's see what is sorted out here with this penalty flag.
Well, the difference in this third and fourth period is simply one easy thing. Number 10 ranked Danville defense has really made it difficult for Tri-West. They've just, short of the one really nice drive that Tri-West came out and had, the Tri-West offense not spent a lot of time on the field now.
Illegal procedure against the punting team against Tri-West, and it may be that Coach Comer decides to make the Bruins punt this one over again.
Well, I would. Let's see what he does. What he does is a whole lot more important than what I think, but I think you would.
Taking plenty of time. I think it looks like he may have declined this penalty.
Yeah, he may just say, I got too good of an offense, I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, they're going to mark the penalty from where the fair catch was made.
Okay, well, then you wouldn't kick it then.
So it'll be a first down from that point.
Yep, that changes a little bit.
Dutra off the right side, nowhere. But for Danville, look at the clock. It continues to run.
Just continues to tick away. Tri-West is going to have to try to make a play, strip the ball, got to have a turnover. And you look at this score, and Mike, 28-13. And let's not forget, Danville gave the ball away twice on top of this, but they still lead 28-13.
An awfully good football team. Looking at the Sagarin rankings, I think they were ranked 33rd. And I'm not quite sure why they're ranked somewhere in 5th in some other poll. They are as good as they've ever been. Maybe one of the top 3 teams in Class 3A. No, Bishop Chatard is an awfully good football team. They have a good matchup tonight with Brebeuf. I would be surprised if Chatard is not able, the defending champions, to not win that game. And look at this run.
Oh.
That's going to be a first down, and that's Dutra again running off the left side. That offensive line had a little bit of a gap, and he made it happen.
Well, Danville's running game is underrated. We've talked about how balanced they are, but it really opens up their passing game, because if you don't respect this running game and the power of it, they just take advantage of you. Then they force they being Danville, force the defense. Oh my word, we got to bring in linebackers. We got to close up a little bit, and then Payne takes over. So that just makes a defensive nightmare to defend.
First down and 10 for Danville at the 46-yard line. Wooten in motion, gives to Dutra, and he's pulled from behind by Elzy. But again, solid yardage across the 50, it looks like. And look at the clock, it continues to run, and that is Danville's best friend at this point in the ball game.
Danville wants to just shorten this game. They're going to take all the clock they possibly can and then try to get a score here to put a cherry on the sundae and call this a day. So they're really milking the clock here, as you should.
No question about it. As Cal Payne comes up to the line of scrimmage under center. Cottle, 64, will snap the football for Danville. Dutra the lone back. Comer in motion. They give to Dutra right off of the left of the center. Gets a couple yards. And right now, both ball clubs have done a pretty good job handling the ball when they've been running. We haven't seen a fumble quite yet, and that's what Tri-West is looking for right now. They've got to find a way to turn Danville over.
Danville's won the sectional 3 out of the last 4 years. And when you understand what it takes to do that, to go to the next level, it breeds success. It really does. And Danville understands what it takes, and they are so strong. They're well coached, and they're just a handful.
3rd and 6 for the Warriors. Payne, Comer in motion, toss sweep Comer, across the 50, 45. He's going to be really, really, really close.
I think he's got it. Where the line judge marks it, that should be enough.
Speaking of great players, this is an area which has produced 2 great tight ends. Peyton Hendershot at Indiana and Alec Burton at Ohio University. Alec Burton played here at Danville. Peyton Hendershot, an outstanding football player at Tri-West.
Right.
You don't see a lot of great tight ends come from one area. Those 2 kids were outstanding.
Yes, they were.
Just outstanding football players. And now playing at the collegiate level in 2 really good football programs. Cal Payne, first down. That is a first down. Got it by the nose of the football.
And he's just watching the play clock, and now we got to stop a play here.
Official heading over the sideline. I'm not quite sure, Jan, what that discussion is all about, but the clock has stopped. They may be adding some more time onto the clock.
He's put more time on. I think he's saying he put 15. Yep, taking the play clock down to 15. There it is.
All right, 8:09 to go here in the ball game. Danville 28-13. Cal Payne over center. The quarterback's gone all the way with Dutra in the backfield. Haven't seen much from McGovern tonight.
Well, Tri-West got to be careful here because Danville's really shown run, and here's the play action, and here it is.
Payne downfield, the ball underthrown.
Yep.
That was underthrown. Unfortunately, the ball out of bounds. Braybeck, that was his second toss over there, and this one out of bounds.
Well, Danville was setting up the play action because they were dive, run, and you just knew sooner or later the play action was coming. Take a look here. He doesn't get a great release. That ball really wobbling. It just took way too long to get there.
2nd down and 10 for the Warriors in Tri-West territory. The motion man is Wooten. The give to Dutra. He's got positive yardage inside the 40. Depinet comes up and makes a stop for the Bruins. But again, that clock continues to run, and that's positive yardage. And for Danville, now they're in a position where they probably could go towards that 4th down and go and really push this football and push the clock. You see the clock continues to run at 7:20. Payne again under center. Comer. Payne carries. Has a pitch man. Wooten takes it himself. And Hamster comes and makes the tackle. Nice stop by number 20.
It was a nice stop. You got to keep playing hard regardless. The coaches tell you that all the time. Regardless of the score, you've got to keep playing hard. You know, there's a lot of nice juniors and underclassmen on really both these clubs. I was looking up and down their linemen, or their lineup, I should say, and they've got some nice, especially Tri-West, I think, a little more so. Some really nice players coming back to just hopefully follow where they left off this year.
And one of those youngsters is Cal Payne, the quarterback. The motion man is Wooten. Payne's going to keep it himself. 35, about the 33-yard line. Stops the clock. But he got positive yardage. And that may be a first down.
Should be awful close. Slowly but surely, this game is coming to a close.
And you can see right now the Danville offensive line is winning the war. It's basically a stalemate at the point of attack. The defensive linemen just are not getting enough push up front.
If Danville continues to hang on here, and it looks like they probably will, Sullivan, who they will play next week, is 8-3. You count 9-3, assuming there's a forfeit. But they're a solid ball club. They're going to be really tested next week if indeed these two match up.
Off the right side, there's a positive yardage for Dutra after a gain of about 4 or 5. The Sullivan Arrows in the western half of the state near Terre Haute. I once worked for a Sullivan graduate. She came from a family of 10 or 12 kids.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I work with a Sullivan announcer by the name of Jerry Baker.
There you go. There's another one.
Bake's my buddy. Been working with him with years. He's a Sullivan graduate.
There's a timeout on the field with 5:48 to go. Tri-West is going to talk it over. 28-13. We'll be back.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
We are back at Danville High School for the run to the finish line for hardware for the sectional championship. And the Danville Warriors on top at 28-13. They have found a way to take control of the football game, Jan.
Well, and I think what the coaches are talking now, guys, I don't want you to take your foot off the gas pedal. It's one thing to, this game is getting closer and closer to in the back for Danville, but it says just important to carry momentum it's all about momentum in this tournament and playing hard and doing the right thing. So coaching staff right now, guys, you keep playing hard. Absolutely do not take your foot off the gas pedal.
And with that, it's 2nd and 5. Cal Payne will go under center, under Cottle. That offensive line for Danville tonight has done a great job. Aiden McCormick, the left tackle. Isaiah Hayes, left guard. Cottle at center. And Trenton Woodard, right guard, and Nate Pickle. That's Wooten. Great run. He's about the 25, and Depinet tries to pull him back. That's a nice run by Luke Wooten. He's been outstanding all game long.
Well, you're going to see here, that, again, arm tackles don't bring Danville runners down. Wooten just gets hit early. Look, he's hit right there, but doesn't go down. A lot of runners would have went down there, and Danville runners, for the most part, just don't.
And that was Evan Elgin, number 41, a pretty good tackler for Tri-West, who just could not wrap up Wooten. And it's 3rd and 2 for the Warriors. And the way Dutra's running, it's going to be very difficult to bring him down. And that is Dutra off the right side. But pretty solid defense there, as that defensive end, 99, Elsie was able to make the stop at the point of attack. It's going to be very close to a first down.
And I'll tell you, the freshman there, number 99, when it's all said and done, a lot of people are going to be looking at him. He's got nice size. He moves well. He sees the field very well. He look at him right there, and that's a huge freshman, and he plays very, very mature. He really does. That young man, keep your eye on him. A lot of people are going to be talking about him before it's all said and done.
And Dutra gets the first down. The first down for Danville at the 23-yard line with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left. And for Tri-West, they again have to find a way to turn over the Warriors. Comer in motion. Toss sweep left side. 25 gets by tackler. The flag is thrown. He goes out of bounds. There may be a hold.
Yeah, this was coming back. That one was called in the backfield.
And the good news for Tri-West is twofold. One, the penalty flag. Secondly, as you see, the clock has stopped. They don't have to burn a timeout here. It will remain first down. They'll be 1st and long. Officials will mark this one off against the Danville Warriors.
Now, Danville, we've noted that obviously they've had 2 turnovers interception-wise, but penalty-wise, they've not had a ton. Danville, and neither, really for the most part, Tri-West has not either. Had a few more in the first half. They cleaned that up in the second half. Been a well-officiated game, in my opinion.
It certainly has. Speaking of Danville, Jamie Comer in his first year has done a really remarkable job. For a first-year coach to come in.
He was ready.
He was, and he brought a couple of Western Boone people. I mean, he's done a tremendous job. They really have bought into his system. He's developed student athletes. He preaches care and love for his team. And you can tell these Danville players are really well connected.
Well, he called 2 state championships with Western Boone And so he certainly has all the qualifications you would want. This is a really nice move for him.
Wooten drives on the toss sweep all the way down to the 31 after a positive gain. Got a nice block on the inside there. And again, the clock continues to run under 4 minutes. Nice footwork as Devin Brown brings him down at about the 32. It'll still be second and long, but as you see, the clock is running.
Well, and Tri-West defense, once again, has just lived out on this field here the last few offensive series for Danville.
Comer in motion to give to Dutra. And this one, it's not Dutra. It's actually number 34. Number Keith was the runner, and did he fumble?
He says he didn't.
And the Warriors have recovered the football. One of the linemen was able to pick up the football. The outstanding defensive player, also offensively, Trey Morrell, number 55, covered the football.
And this is great experience if you're a Danville fan for clock management. You know, as you could continue to advance, learning how to manage the clock with the lead is a really important thing. And so this is a great opportunity for them to really figure out how just to work this clock, and they're doing it to perfection.
Devin Keith remains in the game. Pass downfield. This one is caught.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
The dance was even better, but this is great concentration. He got behind the defenders, and that's a no-no. And he tipped it and was able to keep his concentration and pull it in.
Brian Barber, the head basketball coach at Danville, has to be thrilled with this because this young man is a great basketball player, shows some great concentration, and gets the ricochet.
Look at this. Look at this. This is going to be a great angle. It was really kind of deflected by Tri-West, and just the concentration, great hands, and the dance was even the best.
And the kick is good, and the Warriors are on top 35-13. 2 minutes and 49 seconds from walking away from a big battle here in a sectional championship. Look at this pass.
Yeah, it's just he leads him just a little short, and really a better catch than pass. And once again, Danville just 3 points away from their season average of 8 games of 37, and they're at 35, so just a couple points away. They do what they do it well, they do it consistently, and that's what your score is showing you right now.
Walser will kick off for Danville. And the Warriors looking to extend that undefeated season at 9-0. Jamie Comer, again, has done a tremendous job in his first year as head football coach after serving as a defensive coordinator for a championship-caliber Western Boone Stars team. And I mentioned you off the air, I noticed he's brought several of his assistants from Western Boone. That's a sign that he is a well-respected and well-liked coach for other coaches to come from another championship-caliber school to follow him. Nice sign for Comer, and now Walser will kick off at 35-13 with 2:49 to go in the ball game. And he's ready to go. This one is pooched down the middle and taken at the 24-yard line by Jace Moore. 30, goes to the wide side, and he's going to be run out of bounds around the 40-yard line. But again, Danville does a pretty good job in coverage.
Yeah, and I tell you, you talked about early in the broadcast about how important special teams could and would be. And I think for the most part, Danville's special teams have played pretty solid special team play. Not a lot of mistakes. Coverage has been solid. The key on special teams is don't make a mistake, because a mistake on special teams can really cost you sometimes in a big game. And I think for the most part, really both teams, special teams, I thought played pretty well today.
And they did. And we talked about Jamie Comer, but Jason Ward has done a great job. The Tri-West graduate in 1997. He played in 2 state titles in 95, won it in 96. He coached his first year at Ben Davis, was the DB coach, won a state title in 02. Then came to Tri-West in 2003, coaching defensive backs and receivers. Became the D coordinator in 17. He's done a magnificent job with his ball club. That one thrown for Covey, overthrew him by a couple yards, but Great job by Coach Ward.
It is, and when you come back to where you played, it's personal. There's something just a little extra about coming back where you played. You know, a part of you is always there, and you feel maybe just a little or maybe a lot of extra responsibility to just want to succeed at where you played.
Kai Ross out of the shotgun, and looks like an offensive lineman just jumped as flags were thrown. We mentioned this, Tony Highland, a longtime Tri-West coach. He went to Danville where his son Toby was the quarterback for that semi-state ball club that lost in 17. He coached with Casey Woods from 16 to 19, then returned to take over the offense. And I think, and you've mentioned this, I think he did a really good job calling this game tonight.
I really agree with that. The thing that Ward is going to have to guard against a little bit is not to allow too much put pressure on yourself. Because once again, every coach wants to do that, but when it's your home, there's sometimes you can put a little too much pressure on yourself, and hopefully he'll guard against that. Just do what you do it well, work hard. Because I think the kids really have embraced him. You can't have the season that Tri-West has had if people don't buy in what you're doing.
And they have literally limped into this ball game. There's a lot of players who were injured, and I think Coach talked about the fact that he wanted to see his team play with a lot of heart tonight. I think reading through the lines, he recognized he was going to be playing against a mammoth.
Oh yeah, and he was shorthanded.
Yep.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. You got to go play.
You got to play it, and they played well.
I think so. They just had a few opportunities, ifs and buts and all those types of things. He was down close to the red zone early on in the first half a couple times. Man, if he could have found the end zone, who knows what may have happened. Danville will always have a lot to say about that, but certainly he was knocking on the door multiple times.
And again, a lot of credit to his kids. He did. The kids did follow the game plan. The heart was there. The determination was there. But again, as we take a look at the scoreboard, they're going to fall short against a really sound Danville team. And I think this Danville team is so much more physically sound this year than they were last year, and that fares well for them. I haven't seen Sullivan, but it fares well for them in the regionals. And I think with a semi-state matchup with someone from the South, they're going to have a chance to win that football game. I think they've got the tools this year to move forward.
And obviously to be able to play back here at home again, that's a luxury as well. So it's always pretty good, obviously. I've not personally seen them. They're going to come in here 8-3, decent record, so we'll see what happens, but it should be a great game.
Kai Ross will run out of the shotgun, as you see in the scoreboard, just 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go. And Danville has 3 men rushing the quarterback. The toss for Puglisi out of his hands. Dominic Wynn was covering for Danville. And you have to wonder if Hendershot was available to play for Tri-West, how much more effective would this football team become? But you can't. I mean, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but
can't do anything about it.
To answer your question, he couldn't hurt but help. He's a really good ball player. It always hurts when you lose a really good ball player. It just does. But the old adage, next guy up, and you just got to play.
Ross looking downfield, and the ball was knocked away at the last minute. It'll be third down. Nice play by the youngster, number 30 for Danville, and we've mentioned his name before, Andrew Papa. Papa's 5'9", 150. He's been around the football quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, he has. And I can't say enough good things about this quarterback. This is, his senior year for Tri-West. I think he's made some great plays. Mm-hmm. He put this team on his shoulder. There he is right there. I think Ross has played an excellent ball game tonight.
Looks down the middle, caught by Covey at about the 47-yard line. And the Danville tackler there was the backup, number 49, Darren Sharp. Sharp, 5'8", 160, makes the stop. And that is good enough for a first down for the Bruins. In Danville territory at the 47. Not a whole lot of time left to go in this ball game.
Nope, slowly going away.
Ross has some space, throws downfield. This one incomplete. Again, nice defensive play there by number 30, Andrew Papa.
When it's all said and done, Mike, once again, Tri-West is going to be under 100 yards rushing tonight. In the 3 losses, again, they just weren't able to rush the football. So going in the offseason and next year, they know some things that they've got to get a little better on, and they've got to find that rushing game just a little bit more. I'm not saying that's the only reason they lost, but it is somewhat of a key that the 3 losses they have, they just weren't able to get a lot out of the rushing game.
Ross downfield, and this one is incomplete, out of bounds. It was out of bounds. And unfortunately, the receiver, Garrett Cora, could not find his footing in the green.
Well, you mentioned Tri-West 4 state championships, I believe they had, correct, through their history. And so you feel as a player that, you know, a little bit of pressure there because there's a tradition there. They've had a lot of success, and they'll get back. They'll get back. Everything's in the right direction for Tri-West.
Ross out of the shotgun, looking down the middle of the field. Throws, and this one is caught, the 40 to Puglisi. First down at the 33-yard line, and that'll be a first down for Tri-West. Dominic Puglisi out of the backfield makes a nice catch from Kai Ross. And you got to feel real good about Tri-West moving the football here late in the ball game. Nice run by Puglisi. Puts the shoulder down, protects the football. Stevens comes up, number 1 for Danville, and makes the tackle. Minute 30 to go in the ball game. Ross looks left. Caught by Marlowe. Dropped by Stevens around the 25-yard line. Tri-West trying to put another 6 points on the board before this ball game comes to a completion. Maybe they can score right now. They've got to score in order to find any kind of way to be able to get back in this ball game. Even though they're down by 22, you just never know until the final zeros hit the scoreboard. Ross looks right, throws deep. And this one overthrown for Moore, and he comes off the sideline. Looks like he's limping, Jan, a little bit. Hopefully he'll be back in the ball game with just under 58 seconds left. And once again, who is on the coverage? But number 30 for Danville.
6 minutes left in this one. Whiteland 48, New Powell 7.
Wow. Darren Fisher at Whiteland, that's a big victory for him.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge.
And that's Class 5A. And Class 5A regional may be pending the winner of Cathedral, Decatur Central. And Bill Peoples at Cathedral's had an outstanding year this year. Here's a throw in the middle, caught by Moore, and down he goes inside the 5-yard line. A nice job, nice pitch and catch.
In 6A, Westfield Shamrocks continue to shine. They lead Fisher Tigers 31-0. So Westfield really having a great season.
Yeah, Westfield really turned it around. As you see, Jace Moore got into the slot there, and a nice job of catching the football, turning to the right. There he goes, inside the 5, and Tri-West, the Bruins not giving up yet. Under a minute to go. 2 backs in the backfield, and there may be a flag on the play. Or, I believe, there is a timeout. Danville has called a timeout. The Danville defense wants to gather together, up 35-13. So that's an interesting call.
That is an interesting call.
Speaking of Cathedral and Decatur Central, Bill Peoples' ball club was undefeated until the last week of the season, losing a very close 17-13 game to number 1 ranked 6A Center Grove.
Yeah, and I think I had a score that was 55-0. Cathedral was leading.
Wow.
Cathedral is as good as Cathedral's always good. This may be one of the best Cathedral teams ever. And Tipton is a sectional champions, 28, LaPel 20. So the Blue Devils continue to shine.
Yeah, Tipton, traditionally a really strong ball club, and it always seems whenever they beat Lafayette Central Catholic during the regular season, it indicates to me that they have a chance to move on and win a sectional, maybe a regional.
You talked about Chittard earlier. Number 1, Chittard 35. Number 10, Burbuff 3. So Chittard really good. They're moving on as well.
Yeah, Chittard's very good, and one of their only losses of the season was a showdown with rival Cathedral.
A game up north, Homestead 30, Warsaw 22.
Warsaw coach Bart Curtis used to be the head coach at Mishawaka. He's taken a team to the state championship. Last year, Jan, Warsaw won their first ever sectional championship. They had never won a sectional championship in football. Many basketball championships, but football was the first with Bart Curtis, but now they bow out. And look at Tri-West. Inside the 5 after the timeout, a chance to get another score. Ross, play action, left side, Covey, touchdown.
Ah, that's pretty.
In front of Wooten.
That's pretty.
6 points for the Bruins. It's 35-19.
And what I like about this shows that, hey, these players are still playing. You know, they can look at the scoreboard and it's not over, but this might come back. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we've got a flag on the play, and they may wipe the points off the board, although it is a touchdown. So the penalty is against the Danville Warriors. So the touchdown was made. A nice pass by Kairos.
This is a beautiful pass. He gets it high. He knows he's got a mismatch there, and we talked about that, about getting those matchups, and that's just a great pass to catch. A real quick final here. Carmel 21, Brownsburg 7. That's a final.
Wow, that's impressive.
We had Carmel earlier in the year when they played Pike, and I think Pike woke them up. They took them to double overtime. Since that time, Carmel, just like they did last year, lost 2 and have just went on a holy tear. Carmel keeps getting better.
It's pretty remarkable for the Greyhounds to get another victory. Toss sweep. Ball's fumbled.
Wow.
Ball's still on the ground. It's picked up by Danville. Let's see what the officials choose to do here. And that was a 2-point conversion, and we'll keep it on the ground. So there's no points.
Did you see how hard he pitched the ball? I think he just pitched the ball so hard he couldn't even hang on to it. Wow.
35-19, Danville over Tri-West. And Jan, I did spend a lot of time personally living in Carmel, so people always say, well, Carmel's a big school. No, it's not about being a big school. It's about quality coaching. It's about expectations.
Oh, yeah.
The community's expectations. If you don't win a championship there, there's something not right. So it always pushes kids to be able to excel, and they've got great community support, probably as good as you have anywhere in the state, and credit to them because they're always the target. Everybody always wants to beat them, but somehow, I don't know how, especially in girls swimming, they're always winning.
Yeah, well, they just won the cross country. Well, we talked about when we had the telecast there that be careful about waking Carmel up because they just are that. Now this year they go south versus north, so that's a huge difference in their path. So they're going to have some big games coming up here, and sooner or later it's a Center Grove Carmel matchup.
Yeah, and that certainly could change a lot of things. There's no question about it. But tonight it's been all Danville, 35-19, and with Tri-West kicking off, you'd expect that the Bruins are going to try to kick an onside kick to try to get the football back in their possession, to try to find some way, somehow, to get back in this ball game, but time is running out.
Carmel will play, looks like Ben Davis, if they hang on to win. So it'll be Carmel, Ben Davis, and it looks like it'll be Warren Central, Center Grove on the other side.
Wow, some tremendous matchups. And there is the onside kick, and it doesn't go much more than a couple yards.
I haven't had a score, but how about you guys are up there north, you specifically. How about the Jeff Broncos? 10-0 playing at Maryville. I don't have a score on that, but Jeff, unbelievable score.
They've taken a lot of time to be able to get to a point where they become competitive. And John Mundell, one of the coaches for the Broncos, is a former Cathedral assistant, and I was involved with Cathedral for a lot of years.
Is there anybody you haven't been associated with? That's at least 200 now. We've only been together
That's right.
3 hours.
So, but I can tell you, they know how to win. There's a culture, there's a tradition, and
that's awesome.
And Coach, at Jeff is a Red Salier guy, and the Bombers traditionally have been great. People know how to win, and they put their heart and soul into it. As you see, the Danville Warriors are able to get the football back because the ball wasn't kicked more than 10 yards. They'll take a knee. The clock will run. And handshakes are being made, as they should be, with two county rivals.
And Mike, for the most part, 3 quarters is a pretty good ball game.
Yes, it was.
Danville didn't break it open until late, but I thought for the first half, Tri-West played pretty well, stayed with Danville. And the third period kind of got away, and then the fourth period was certainly all Danville.
Another knee was taken by the Danville Warriors, and now this time the clock is going to run down as you take a look at Coach Comer. Going to take a chance to walk across the sideline and Not sure if there's going to be a wave or there's going to be handshakes, but nonetheless, the Danville Warriors continue the winning ways. A great team wins the sectional championship. They take away the hardware. They advance and survive against a county rival, and the Tri-West Bruins were up to the task, even though they lost this ball game by a final of 35-19, and the Danville Warriors really had to earn this victory tonight.
Yeah, and Danville is just a solid team. They come out, they took care of business, and just really, this is a nice victory over number 8 Tri-West.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look at this championship. Congratulations to Danville and Coach Comer on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
There is excitement in the air in Danville as Coach Comer and the Danville Warriors celebrate their sectional championship tonight, remaining undefeated at 9-0 with a 35-19 victory over cross-county rival Tri-West and Sagamore Conference rival. And what a great victory for Danville.
That feels so good. You know, all those sprints, all the weightlifting, getting up at 5, coming home at 9. All of a sudden, man, that just feels good. Congratulations to Danville. Well earned.
Well, the Danville Warriors had an outstanding performance. They came from behind early in the ball game. Big touchdown pass for Tri-West coming up 7-0, but they quickly turned off the spout, if you will, and turned it on and went up 14-7.
Yeah, Danville didn't get rattled at all by falling behind, and they just took care of business. Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive line. I felt like they had to play solid for Danville to win, and I think they certainly did.
For a team that wins, they've got to be connected,
yeah.
And they certainly were, both offensively and defensively, and they had a lot of guys who contributed to this victory.
Yep. Complete team effort. They're the real deal. Offensive line, defensive line, special teams, special players, and you can't say enough about Payne. Payne is as good quarterbacks I've seen all year.
Yeah, Payne did a great job of leading the Danville Warriors to this victory. That's what you need to have. And he didn't make many mistakes. He made maybe one or two, and it didn't cost his ball club.
Well, the one of 2 interceptions was tipped. Yeah, but he really only made one serious mistake, and it ended up really not costing him. So, overall, the other things he did far outweighed. Sometimes you can make mistakes and it doesn't cost you, and it did cost Danville a 9. The other things that he did positive, though, got them this big victory.
Ethan Dutra had a spectacular football game, both running the football and then defensively. He just was all over. He's a very physical player.
Yes, he is. To carry that point in, I think Danville's defense they're ranked number 10 against the score, but they play hard. They just never stop attacking you. That's as good as attack defense, especially for a 3A ball club that I've seen all year.
I want to talk about a player that really just did fantastic work on both ends of the field, both offensively and defensively. Much like Dutra, I think he was a difference maker, and that was our player of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He just made one big play. Look at the way he runs. He hesitates. He's quick. He's fast. He's just a gamer. He's one of those young men who you want on your ball club. He makes great moves. Not super big, but he's got a bigger heart, and he plays like a big guy.
Heart is just that rings a bell with me because, last year, Jan, I talked to Casey Woods, the former head football coach of Danville. I said, talk to me about your team. Who's the guy? He said Luke Wooten. We love him. He is a really big-time performer, and look what he does.
Yeah, he goes. He wanted to salute you in Indiana and thanks for the broadcast. There are certain aspects. Sure, you like big, strong guys. You like fast guys. You like good quarterbacks. There is no substitute for those guys, regardless of their size, who just love the game, and he works as hard as anybody.
Let's take a look about Tri-West. Now, the Bruins and Coach Ward, yes, they fell, but they had a great year. And tonight, they had a pretty good game plan. They were pretty competitive. Let's take a look at some of the key plays in this one for the Bruins.
This is as good as catch. He got the foot in. This was a well-thrown ball. And I thought the quarterback play on both sides was spectacular, highlighted by this catch right here. And how about that inside-outside move? Man, that's a D1 move if I ever seen one. So there was some really nice things that happened on the Tri-West side.
No doubt about it. They got some things going offensively, and I think defensively too. As you take a look at the Bruins, this is the last game for a lot of these seniors and for some other kids too that football might be. And, we've all been through it in life, and it's difficult. But the one good thing is the sun will always come out tomorrow.
It will.
And life will get better.
Tri-West, and you know as well as I do that a lot of these young men will go into college, but you remember your high school buds forever. You just do. And the guys you played football with. And you can see in the picture here the hugs and the love for one another. That tells you a lot about the team, the community, and the coaching staff.
And we'll remember this one, but what we'll really remember is the play of the game.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And let's check out the play of the game in tonight's Danville's sectional championship, and here it is.
This clearly was a game changer. It wasn't just a big play. And by the way, we have a streak we would prefer to keep, and if you don't vote for this, then you shouldn't vote. No, I'm just joking. You can vote for whatever you want. But this play here, how could you not think that was interception? That just shows you that it's not over, and his will and desire. Actually, it looked like, I've seen this play now, 10 times? And you can see here where he actually pulls the ball out of the defender's hands. I didn't really kind of recognize that. Phenomenal play.
Dominic Wynn, just a great catch, number 13, for the Danville Warriors, for Coach Comer's ball club. And you've got to make those kind of plays to be a championship caliber team.
You hit the nail on the head. Making those plays is championship caliber teams. It was that play that really kind of changed the dynamics of this game.
I mean, it wasn't easy either because defensively, the back for Tri-West did a tremendous job covering him. It was just a great throw and a great catch.
Sometimes people just make big plays. Defensively, he did nothing wrong. He was in the right place. His eyes were right, and somebody just made a little stronger effort.
They had two great players for Danville. One, obviously, was Dominic Wynn, but Tyler Dawson also came up big with a couple touchdown passes. Number 2, his size and strength led the Warriors to a great victory as they come out of here with the American flag. Very patriotic finish for this ball club.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we were really treated to this quarterback duel. I thought both of them, Tri-West come out slinging. He made some of his better passes on and just fell a little short today. But what a treat we had. I hope you enjoyed the telecast. It was a great one, I think.
It certainly was. And I'd like to say thank you to Danville High School for hosting us and the great work from the IHSAA Sports Network, from Director Greg Mash, Wes Wolf, Elijah Mash, Eldon Wheeler, Mike Heitz. Just a tremendous job overall catching the intensity and the dynamic action on the fields. You see Tyler Dawson and then Wooten going for the pylon and the touchdown for the Danville Warriors. And the Warriors finish this game in fine fashion. 35-19 is the victory as Jamie Comer comes into the end zone for the touchdown. He also was another Danville Warrior that played extremely well. That's why they're so well connected. So many players played well for Danville on both sides of the football.
Mike, great working with you. You're a lot of fun.
Enjoyed it, Jan, for for Jan Bozer and this entire crew of the ISC Sports Network. Thanks for watching as the Danville Warriors raise the hardware and win the sectional championship from Danville.
Tillman.
Whoa. My goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
What a swim. Six of them.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.